everyone. Hello. We're going live. We're live now. This is this is me, Madam Pamita, with my super special guest, Honoreo. Oh my gosh, my little
Look,
you're my little
look,
baby Virgo.
I'm the mystifying oracle.
Oracle. You are the mystifying oracle. There's a lot of things you do that are pretty mystifying, I have to say.
And the ones that you don't know about.
Yeah.
But that's for
That's
another
That's a different
show.
live stream. Exactly. That's for your OnlyFans, not for here. Oh my gosh. So you can
Oh my
see
god.
we are old friends. I listen, anytime I talk about you, I say he is an amazingly talented reader, so knowledgeable about magic and I mean with a very broad spectrum of knowledge. Like you I will bring up something really obscure that is not even something you do and you'll already know about it and you'll be like and blah 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 blah. You rattle off the facts and I'm like, holy crap, why do I even you're like a walking magical
A
reference
walking
librarian.
dictionary.
So anyway, this is my super talented, very magical, very talented reader, Honoreo.
Hi
Um,
everybody.
you can find him if you've been wanting a reading from Honoreo. You, of course, you can get one. We're going to be doing that today. Both he and I will be swapping since he's a talented tarot reader. He's going to be doing tarot, and I'll do oracle, and then I'll do tarot, and he'll do oracle. So we'll swap back and forth between doing tarot and oracle. And but if you want to get a reading, one-on-one reading with him, where can tell him a little bit about where they can find you. And he does readings in English or in Espanol.
Espanol. Yeah, I do both
También.
English and Spanish readings. You can find me on my Instagram at Onareo. That's my handle. Also, you can find me at chrisonareo.com or at Love Witch. You can put the link also for, I offer readings through that page as well. And maybe you can put the link for
Yeah,
that there.
there's a QR code right there at the bottom.
Oh,
Do you
there you
see
go.
it?
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
Sorry,
you
I wasn't. I thought that said the donation link. I'm sorry.
so what we're doing, oh shoot, I got to get my little helpful thing. So I'm so thrilled to have Honoreo here. It was like I've been really thinking about you, so happy. And today is my birthday, and so this is like my big birthday present is that you are coming to do this with me. I mean, we have so much fun together, and I mean, I always learn something every time I'm with you. You really are truly, I'm not lying when I say you are the most knowledgeable person that I have like day-to-day contact with, or lots of contact with. I mean, I think the only person in my opinion that would be as knowledgeable about you maybe that I know is Evo Dominguez.
Oh,
Evo.
Evo. Yeah, I like
Evo's
Evo.
so knowledgeable and so an amazing, wonderful human being. But I think that's the only person that kind of
You
is
know,
at your level.
it's a Caribbean thing. He's Cuban. You know, he's Cuban, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm just joking. I
Yeah,
mean, he is Cuban, but
Caribbean magic, baby.
yeah, I
But
think it's the curiosity. I think to your point, like I'm a really curious person, and I think that's what really, whenever people want to learn something or whatever, I was like, you really have to remain curious and open. You know.
I think there's another thing that you kind of are bringing up when you say you're Caribbean. You grow up culturally immersed in magic, whereas typical American culture, people are not, most people are not grown up in a magical environment.
Yeah, that
So
too.
even if your family isn't magical, magic is around you, right? You're seeing people
You're
who are
so
magical people around
exposed.
you.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
exposed to it. Yeah.
And like where if we look in the states, like in the 48 states, where are you going that you're like experiencing magical people around you, let alone like in your
Yeah,
home.
unless it's like Appalachia or like or the South back, back then I compare Latin culture in a way to Black culture,
Yeah,
because there's a lot of Black culture also involved in our culture.
yeah,
So not that it's the same. I'm just going to
yeah.
clarify. But it is an expo like the gumbo, like like the gumbo of mixing of things, and
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like there's this so I think that probably sets you with a good foundation as a kid. You're already kind of have that foundation of knowing that magic is out there. Whereas like I think about how I was raised, even though my mom was definitely like there was magic and we were doing magic, it wasn't, I would say, at the same intensity or level or daily day to day, you know? I mean,
yeah.
my mom we would do magic like, oh, this is a fun little thing, or here's a tarot deck, or here's a Ouija board, but it wasn't like it wasn't the soup that I was
Yeah.
in.
But I want to say before we continue that also I think the being gay element plays a big role as well, because I feel like we have to take on many different masks, or while you're in the closet and things like that, you have to learn from other, and you get exposed to many different things at an early age as well, that can also have a big influence on how you experience and learn about things in the world. So
Yeah, I mean that so yeah, I think that's really, I mean, there's probably other people that I would, if I sat and thought about it, I go, well, this person, is on your level and that, but there's just very, very few that I think of that really are on that level of knowledge um I'm going to say this, knowledge and wisdom. You have knowledge and wisdom, which is
thank
not,
you.
you can have all the book knowledge in the world, but Honoreo puts it into practice, number one. And he also has wisdom. Like, I think about, like, when we're looking at some situation, like, how do we approach it magically? The approach, right? So
Thank
anyway,
you. Thank you.
so knowledgeable about magic and about, how are my little babies? Are my babies there with you?
Oh yeah, they're eating some wet food that I just gave them, so they
Oh.
wouldn't get like messy while we were doing this.
Oh my gosh. Those little rascals of yours. Okay, here we go. I'm going to tell you what we're doing right now, everybody. I think I'm doing it. No, that's not what I want. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Um, so we're doing Tarot for Kindness. And Tarot for Kindness, you can get a tarot reading and more from me and my guests. So my guest today, Honoreo, and you can help feed seniors in Ukraine. We do tarot readings live for $10 per card on YouTube on Sundays after the Q&A or workshop. This is usually around 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, 9 Eastern. When the first Sunday of the month, we have a workshop, so it'll be about half an hour later, which is where we're at right now. Our partners, we have partners in Kyiv, Subotin Harbor. They provide 2 weeks worth of groceries for over 300 seniors in Ukraine who are suffering during this full-scale invasion. They have no food, no electricity, sometimes, for sure. Sometimes no heat. I mean, they're really suffering. These are people in their 70s, 80s, and 90s. Many times they're disabled. This is like, you are a miracle in their lives. Sometimes the stories are, Yulia and her team will go into somebody's house to deliver these 2 weeks worth of healthy, good groceries to them. And they have nothing in the house, not even a crumb, not even a little grain of rice in the house. And these people are like, I was praying for a miracle and a miracle happened. So you guys are the miracle. Your donations and getting readings is what makes it possible for them to deliver and help these seniors who are suffering while being, imagine having no food and also bombs going off in your residential neighborhood. It's insane. It is crazy. And it's still happening. So you and your donations are making it possible to alleviate some of this suffering and really bring a miracle into somebody's life. We also do a book or deck giveaway. Oh my gosh. I'm going to give away a really good book. Hold on. I got a great book. Let me go get it. I got my leash on. Let's see if I can reach it. Okay. Because we're going to be talking about this person. Ethany, Become an exceptional tarot reader. Ethany Dawn's book, her latest book, I think that's her latest one. The card means
Yeah.
skills you need to ace every reading. How to become an exceptional tarot reader. It's a really, really good book. So big and thorough. I mean, real fat book.
Very
So
hefty. Yeah.
yeah, I'll be giving this away to one lucky person who gets a reading today. So if you're interested, it's a really nice big book. It's $30 book. So this could be one lucky person is going to win this. So if you get a reading today, you'll be in the magical wheel where we will spin it and we'll see who wins. So just a reminder, don't forget, you're on youtube.com/Madam Pamita right now. Don't forget to hit subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you get notified when we go live. If you'd like to get a reading tonight, all you have to do is this. You're going to donate, you're going to comment, and don't forget, add a supportive message for Ukraine, and we will give you a bonus card in your reading. How do you donate? You can donate on Venmo, PayPal, or Super Chat. Venmo, you can go to this QR code or go to madampamita.com/Venmo. PayPal, you can go to this QR code or go to madampamita.com/PayPal. Super Chat is the little button down below where it says chat. That little $sign is a place that you can make a donation. And you donate $10 per card. So if you want a 1-card reading, it's $10, 2-card reading, $20, 3-card reading, $30, and so on. You can get as many cards as you want. Then after you make your donation, post in chat on this live stream with your name, where you donated. I'm Pamita. I donated on Venmo, $40. I'd like to know what my week ahead will look like. I want to know what I need, what I need to do to make my business a success, whatever question you had. Don't forget, add that supportive message for Ukraine, and we will throw in a bonus tarot card. After the last reading, everyone who got a reading is eligible for the giveaway, and one lucky winner will get a deck or book. We're going to be giving away Become an Exceptional Tarot Reader by Ethany Dawn. Amazing. She's an amazing writer, book creator, and reader herself, and teacher. She does all the things. So there you go. That's what we're doing. You can't stop me. We got one person, two people getting readings. Oh my gosh, Nina and Devon. So do you want to do the tarot for Nina first, and then I'll do the
Whichever, yeah.
So it's going to be a 4-card reading because she paid for 3 cards and she put in a supportive message for Ukraine. So 4-card reading. I want a general July reading. What do you see for the next month coming up? What deck are you using? We always have to ask.
Oh, I'm using the borderless Smithway Tarot. It's US Games. Yeah. I really like the borderless. And the colors are very good.
My tarot deck is Playful Heart Tarot by Kitten Chops, and my Oracle deck is my new deck, the Familiar Magic Oracle, coming out at the end of the month.
I can't wait to see it.
Now. So pre-order now. Oh, Nina says happy birthday. Thank you, Nina.
So it's 4 cards and what's going on for the month of July, right?
Yeah. What's in general July reading? What do you see for the next month coming up? And I'm going to pull an Oracle card from Familiar Magic Pocket Oracle.
So for Nina, I'm just gonna go ahead and show the cards, but I want to show them the way I guess it's like that. Sorry, I have to I have to figure out how the mirror and the thing. So we got the Justice, the Knight of Swords reversed, the Temperance card, and then we have the 8 of Swords reversed. So I'm gonna say that the next month, I feel like even though you got this reverse cards, there might be there's actually like a need to take things slow. I'm gonna say, there's kind of like a feeling of like you need to really be thoughtful and careful about your plans for the month, and as well as how you approach certain things. I feel like the cards that you got are especially with the Temperance upright, I feel like it's asking you to kind of like maybe consider different ways of approaching things, as well as keeping kind of like a balance, right? There's definitely going to be some movement of things that you felt a little stuck. things that maybe you've been a little bit anxious about or a little bit in your mind as well. So I really feel overall, even though you got this reverse cards, I feel like what they're asking really is for you to kind of like slow your pace a little bit and kind of like so you can see clearly. That's the overall take that I have from this.
Anything else you want to jump in with each card, or do you want me to go?
Yeah, you can go, and then I'll, if I see, because I honestly, because I'm asking about the whole month, I'm really thinking of the overall picture. I do feel there is definitely a sense of like maybe an anxiety that she's being experienced that she's going to be able to let go in the month of July, kind of like, but the cards are asking to kind of like slow your pace, or maybe I don't want to, I don't feel like desperate is the right word, but I want to say that there are certain things that you're very eager to get or to manifest, and things are going to take a little bit of a slower but sure pace. So you have to trust the timing, the divine timing. And I don't want to sound, I don't want to I know that sounds a little bit woo, but I do believe that divine timing is a thing, and that things will come at the best time for you. I feel that temperance is it's a card of alchemy, so it's also like transforming this different abilities, this different choices, and this different ways of seeing things, and putting them together to create a new thing. There's definitely going to be some liberation of thought. There's going to be kind of like there's something that is giving you a lot of anxiety that you're going to be able to also move away from, because it's the Eight of Swords. Usually upright, we're like bound by our own thoughts and insecurities and things like that. And to me, reverse is like moving away from that, being able to move away from that as well.
What's interesting is here's the oracle card that came up, reason. So it's the crow, it's blackberry. So these cards, each of these cards has an animal and a plant.
I love that image, by the way.
And I know it's so beautiful, right? There's also some little secret messages, like that little lantern that's there. It's like the light of reason. So that really feeds into what you're saying about this energy of slowing down. It is not to get, and I think, Nina, I kind of feel like you're fire sign, right? You're Sagittarius, or your fire sign. I kind of recall. Am I wrong? I can't remember exactly, but I'm feeling like, aren't you a fire sign? So fire signs and air signs, I think, to be honest, can tend to they're real, like strike while the iron's hot kind of people, like jump on it, do it, get it done, just jump in, that kind of energy. And when we look at this July, it's like saying slow your roll. So what Honoreo was saying is really like to take your time. And what my card is saying is we're going to lead with our head and our rational intellect rather than those passionate, fiery emotions. So that can mean actually being strategic rather than passionate or jumping in there, right? Just jumping in.
Yeah, yes.
Sag, yeah.
It's funny because Temperance is a Sagittarius card, by the way.
But but what it's like telling the Sagittarius to slow down or go on.
Yeah, it's like yeah, exactly, yeah.
It's
but I love that. I didn't know the Sagittarius, that she was Sagittarius.
Yeah. So this, crow and blackberry is telling you, okay, use your reason, use your intellect, be strategic, and be rational about things. Don't get into your hot emotions, your passionate emotions. Actually kind of cool it a little with the air element, and cool it with that intellect that's going to support, right, that you may be resisting. If there's that Knight of Swords, which is kind of that jumping in, but also the rational, right? So so not everything has to be rushed, and I would say to get into the magic of intention and thought. Thoughts create things, right? So if you're leaning into the anxiety, your attention is going and your energy is flowing toward that thing that you're anxious about.
Hmm.
It doesn't mean that you can't have an anxious moment or an anxious thought at, or that's going to throw everything off kilter if you do, but don't repetitively feed into it. Okay, there's a difference between having a momentary, is this going to work out? Or consistently saying, this isn't going to work out, this isn't going to work out, this isn't going to work out. The momentary thought where you're like, is this going to work out? And then you calm it with the rational mind and you go, I can trust this process. It's going to be perfect outcome and perfect timing. I know that I'm going to get the thing that I'm looking for, the thing that I want. You see that intellect is taking over. When the fear is coming up and the anxiety is coming up, intellect takes over. And when you lead with that intellect, I know everything's going to work out fine. Then you can get off of that road of, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, is this going to work out? Right. So there's some people that practice what I would say new thought that are like, you cannot think a bad thought ever. And I'm like,
Hmm.
that is not humanly possible. And all that
Impossible.
does,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, all that does is set people up to start to feel bad and start to blame, self-blame and shame and whatever. That's not helpful. What it is to say there's a difference between having a momentary anxiety moment and then, or feeding the anxiety. Those are two different things. So if you have a moment of worry or a moment of fear, get into the head and let the head lead, let the intellect lead. This is, am I seeing this realistically or am I caught up in the emotion of it? Am I looking at this from a rational perspective or am I getting all hot and anxious because I'm letting my emotions lead and letting those fiery emotions lead? So we just kind of want to balance it out. It's not saying don't be passionate or don't be driven and don't be any of the, eager, but balance it out with a little rationality. And the best thing you can do this month is say perfect outcome and perfect timing. I find that to be, at least for myself, when I start to get time anxious about something or rushing something or impatient with something. And I'm like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? I go perfect outcome and perfect timing. Then the timing is not indicative of the outcome.
Hmm.
Perfect outcome is going to come and it's going to come at the perfect time that it needs to come. It's not,
Yeah.
getting into the stressed out, impatient place, right? So, what do you think?
Yeah, and I wanted to say because as you're talking, I'm also thinking of many other things. So one of the things is definitely you get two majors during July, so there's definitely a shift happening. The justice is turned upside down, and then you have temperance upright. And again, this is Sagittarius card as well. However, if you when we look at these three cards, they all have swords. So it's a lot of mental activity, which is what I was saying, like kind of like watch your thoughts. And as Pam is saying, it's not about not thinking any bad thought or whatever. It's like I always say, how can we, which is kind of like NPL, like I mean NLP, right? Which is neuro linguistic programming, which is like instead of saying what's the worst that can happen, just say like what's the best that can happen, things like that. And I know that sounds kind of like maybe goofy at the first when you first say it to yourself, but it's kind of like getting into that pattern of learning to recognize when we're thinking a particular way and how we can transform that, and also letting go of trying to control everything, and how everything manifests, and I don't know your situation completely, Nina, or in particular, right? Whatever everything else that's going on in your life, but I feel like this ability of kind of like letting go of control, it's also a way that we can transform our lives and gain more control of ourselves when we stop trying to control the outside and we start gaining control of ourselves and getting ourselves into balance, which is really temperance as I see it.
Well, I'm going to share with you a little bit about what Nina has shared with us on at Terror for Kindness, which is she's got a relationship's going great. She's feeling that there's a proposal coming, But as a sad, she's impatient for that proposal. And this may be about having that patience and also not making it a catastrophe. If
Mhm.
someone isn't proposing today, that doesn't mean the relationship, we're not going to go into this, oh my God, the relationship is never going to happen, or that proposal is never going to happen. That's that catastrophic thinking that is not helpful for reaching your goal of getting a proposal and getting married. What you have to do is going perfect outcome and perfect timing, right? And if you can say that and be patient with it, it's going to come faster than if you're like, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? The whole month long, right?
Isn't you said she got was it the crow or raven?
Yeah, the crow
Oh,
reason. Yeah.
oh, so isn't aren't they the ones that bring gifts if you leave something like food or whatever,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, they have something. So I think that that's also maybe magically, if you wanted to work with something magically, maybe you can leave an offerings of food or whatever. If you see ravens or crows around you, and maybe leave a little food outside, and it's kind of like an offering, and I was like, I'm ready to receive my gifts and my exchange, I was
I was
trying not
trying
to
not to
answer
have
that.
this side.
It's okay, but I mean, but that's also kind of like what shows in the cards too. It's kind of like having a little bit more consciousness about it.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like you're not necessarily letting things roll. Like, I feel like when we ask us certain questions, and I think you might agree with me on this, Pam. I'm almost positive that you will agree with me on this. It's like when we ask certain questions, we don't allow the answers to manifest. When we ask certain questions over and over, right? Like, I remember, like, letters to a young poet. It's like it's Rainer Maria Rilke, right?
Yeah.
And he says, you know, sometimes we're not ready for answers, so live your question now. It's like, live your question, and in living your question, you will get your answer.
Yeah.
And I think that's such a powerful, it always stays with me ever since I read that, because it's like, sometimes living the question is living. It's like not knowing the answer, that's really what moves us forward, instead of having everything pan out and planned out.
Yeah, I also think, in that when you can ask whatever question you want, Nina. We will always answer your
Yeah,
question.
yeah, of
No
course. Yeah,
problem.
I'm not.
There's no shame in asking, but what the consistent asking is really indicating is that you're not trusting it.
Hmm.
You know, you're not trusting the answer, or you're not trusting what your own intuition is telling you, is that we're on the cusp of this deeper commitment, but I'm in this space of not having that answered yet for me, and I don't trust it. So what your work is probably for month of July is to get into a place of perfect outcome and perfect timing. Say that to yourself every day, maybe 10 times a day, if you start to get into that anxiety, because that's feeding the outcome that you want versus, why hasn't he proposed yet? Is he going to propose? When is he going to
Hmm.
propose? It's not a bad question to ask, but where is that question coming from?
Yeah,
Is coming from a place of, you don't believe it.
yeah,
If I say to you, like, tomorrow night I've got a plan, so tonight I'm with all of you, it's my birthday, I'm with all of you, I'm loving this whole birthday, this has been the best day, and doing this is like so much fun, and I love being here. But tomorrow we have our family, we're gonna go out family dinner, we're gonna have a nice dinner out with all my kids and their partners, and my fiance and everybody. We're all gonna be going out. So I can say, tomorrow we're going to have a great dinner because everybody's getting along. This is going to be fun. We're going to have a great time. We're going to pick a nice restaurant, right? So I can say with confidence, we're going to have a great dinner. I am not saying, is the dinner happening yet? Is it do you see the
yeah,
difference in energy? When there's something you're sure is going to happen, you don't stress about it, right? And then you manifest very easily. Now, granted, that's an easy manifestation, right?
yeah,
But it's like, that's what so you know what it feels like to be in that state. You know what it feels like to be in the state of sureness about something. So what you want to cultivate is that feeling of sureness about things that you are unsure about. And the way to do that is to go into the space. I think the easiest fastest way you can get there is to start telling yourself it's going to happen, and start telling yourself perfect outcome and perfect timing. Perfect outcome and
Yeah.
perfect timing.
You know, and I wanted to say too that maybe something that that would be helpful, and maybe for next time. And I don't know if you've asked this in the past, but kind of like putting yourself also. I like you already know what you want, and you already have this idea, right? So put yourself in the other shoes of your partner, and kind of like ask maybe how can I help him make this decision already? You know, like those can be other questions that are related, but not the same particular question, whether it's going to happen or not. It's more like how can I assist him in making this decision? How can he feel more secure of making this proposal or whatever it is, you know? How can we better this relationship, this connection? Because those things are it's gonna give you tools and empower you into taking action versus maybe thinking, oh, it's a destiny, you know, like it's only destiny thing, you know.
You pointed out something really great, because saying, when is he going to propose to me, gives you no power. I have to sit here and wait until he
Yeah.
proposes, versus those questions that Honorea brought up, which give you power, because
Yeah.
they're like, oh, I can actually do some magic, or I can shift something, or I can do something, that's going to open this opportunity up. So what does he need? Maybe he needs to feel a sense of security himself, that that he isn't going to be turned down by you, right? That's a big step, right, to ask that question. And sometimes people can feel very much like, ooh, even if they are really great in a relationship, or maybe he needs to feel a sense of security, like things will go well for you too if you do that, so it can be a lot of things. So yeah, next time that would be a great question to ask. So thank you so much, Nina. Oh my gosh, we love you. So Nina
And
wins.
best of luck. Yes.
Yeah, well, Nina wins more. Listen, apply some of the winning thing. Every time we have a giveaway on Q&A or giveaway here, Nina's won like 3 or 4 times. And it's wild. So
That's
you're a
amazing.
good manifester. So now we're going to put that manifestation to use. All right. Devon is next, then Tomcat, then Universal Goddess is after the third one. If you'd like to get a reading, all you have to do is make a donation on Venmo, PayPal, or Super Chat, $10 per card. 100% of the proceeds go to feed seniors in Ukraine. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Shaquana, thank you. Oh my gosh, would you like me to pull a card for you, Madam Pamita, for your birthday? Yes. Yes, Bruce. Yes, that would be lovely. My question is, oh boy, I have a question for Bruce on my reading. They're so cute. Let me go back to that for a second. My question for your card that you're going to pull from me is, what do I need to bring in to get my fiction writing happening? I'm supposed to be writing some fiction and I'm really dragging my heels. Okay, that's my question. All right, great. What do I need for my fiction writing? What is the missing ingredient? Devon, happy birthday. I missed last week. We missed you. Feeding Toolful Grannies usual, and then focus on for July. And I know Devon has a message for Ukraine. So I'll pull the tarot cards. Sending never-ending support and love for Ukraine. Thank you so much for your sweet message. All right, I'll pull the tarot cards, and you can do the oracle. Okay.
That's fine.
All right. So 9 cards. Devon's been here. It comes almost every week. Yeah, stuff happens. I get it. Might have fallen asleep. Who knows? I mean, she's on the East Coast. It's a little later out there, All right, so we're going to look at the week ahead. And we're going to do it with 9 cards. Thank you so much, Devon. Oh, all your support means the world. Oh, I look at this week that's coming up as like not surprising, ups and downs, but ending on a really high note, like really good. So you're going to have a little bit of this week, but ultimately it's going to be fine. And I think there's some things you can do to cultivate that energy. All right, let's talk about the challenges of this week. Bit of a challenge. Somehow, first card that popped up is the Hanged Man card. And Hanged Man energy can be like, oh my gosh, things are not moving, things are at a standstill. It feels like that traffic when you're in New York traffic and then just the cars stop. You can't back up. There's cars behind you. Can't turn off. You're in the middle of the block. You just stop and you have to sit there, and you can sit there and be mad about it, or you can sit there and just kind of like accept it, right? So there's, with the Hangman card, there's a little more of that acceptance energy. This may be related to Mercury retrograde, which tends to kind of put like a monkey wrench in the works of things that you have. Then, you know, it's like, oh, I wanted to do this, but I have to fix this first, can be a part of like Mercury retrograde energy. And it can feel like things are like, especially for a eager air sign Gemini energy, it can feel slow, right? Geminis, you're multitaskers, you're doing 2 jobs at once or more at once. And then to have this thing where like, oh my gosh, now I've got to stop everything I'm doing and fix this thing. So it feels like there's a little bit of that energy going on at the beginning of the week. Things are going to feel like they're a little, and you need to also be aware. We have 7 of Swords. So 7 of Swords, I'm genuinely picking up off of this card that there's somebody in the workplace environment that kind of takes the credit for what you do. Just directly, that's what it is. Somebody taking credit for something you did. So I think it's time to have a conversation. If it makes sense for you to have a conversation with that person first, nobody else around. If that makes sense in the situation, to say, hey, I saw that in the meeting, you took credit for X, Y, and Z, but you didn't give me any credit. And I was the one that came up with that idea. Having that one-on-one conversation is way better than harboring that resentment. It gives them an opportunity. We always want to give them an opportunity to save face or to make it right. Right. And it could be, you know, sometimes things happen. I don't know that it's necessarily somebody who's like scheming. It could be like they forgot that you thought of the idea and they thought it was their own idea. That sometimes happens, right? That sometimes happens. So like it may be the excuse that they get. Oh my gosh, you're right. You were the one. I'm so sorry. You know, give them a chance to apologize to you. If that is not possible, maybe this is a schemer. Maybe this is a person who's like doing you dirty. And if you don't feel like it's going to be productive to talk to them, then you talk to the, if that ship has sailed, then you go talk to the higher ups and you're like, actually, that person was taking credit for my idea. Like, I think that's what I'm picking up here. Somebody taking credit for your work. And I think that you need to either, if it makes sense to have the conversation with the person so that they can make it right, do that. If that doesn't seem like the right strategy, then let the other people know that was my idea. That was my idea. I gave it to them. I told them about that, you know, or they saw me do it, or whatever it was. So I think that's something that you're going to have to navigate this year. Now, Devon is the sweetest, magical, fairy, loving human being. I feel like this has probably been going on for a while with this person. Probably been going on well, and you've been like sitting there and keeping your mouth shut. But I think it's now time to say something about it. Why do I say that? Next card that's coming up. Oh my gosh. Okay, so with this deck, remember the Playful Heart Tarot has some oracle cards that are kind of peppered in there a little bit. So I'm going to show you both the tarot card and the oracle card. 2 of Cups and things are easier than you think. I think your anticipation of having this conversation or tattling to somebody about the situation is been building up, and it feels very difficult for you to have this conversation or do whatever it is that you have to do. We have 2 of Cups energy, which is message received with love. Communication, the caduceus at the top, communication received heart to heart. that's how you have to approach it. Whether it's the person and you're going to go, I know you probably didn't mean to do this, but actually you said, that gives them an out. I know you probably didn't mean to do this, but when you said da 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 da, it was actually you were taking credit for something I came up with, right? That gives them an out when you say that. Like, come with compassion. Or if you're going to the higher ups, go to the higher ups and say, they may not have done it on purpose, even if you think that they did, but this person was taking credit for my work, right? Whoever you talk to is going to receive it and receive it well. You're coming from the right heart-centered space. It's not as hard as you think. Things are easier than you think. So once you do it, it will take the burden off of you. That's what needs to happen. You're carrying the burden of resentment right now. Or if it hasn't happened yet, then when it happens, you'll be carrying the burden of resentment. That's not good for you. So this way, when you communicate it in a gentle, loving way that allows the other person to save face or isn't hot, then you're going to actually unburden yourself, and it will be received lovingly. All right. The next card. Oh my gosh. Next card as we go into the week. Oh my gosh. So cute. Next card is you are free. You are free. I think this is the unburdening process. Like it's just like this magic thing. This actually literally is a portrait of Devon. It's a little fairy girl. She's got wings and she's living her best life and enjoy. That's how I picture you, Devon, all the time. Just living your best life, joyful, happy, coming from a place, look at that heart above your head, coming from a place of this loving intention. And, I think that's the thing. We have loving intentions. Sometimes people screw up. Sometimes people are straight up bad people, hurting people, right? That's where it really comes from, is their own hurts. But it's like you can do it you can give boundaries with love. It's a good lesson for Gemini to have boundaries with people, because it's not your natural state. You kind of let everything be as it's going to be. But I think having those verbal boundaries where you say, you know what, that was my idea, or my work. They're taking credit for my work, or they're taking credit for my idea. It was me. Yeah. See, the other option is this. If you don't do that, then we end up with 5 of Cups, where you are carrying the burden and you are feeling sad. That you're feeling, oh, poor me. This is a poor me card. I say sometimes 5 of Cups is the pity party. It looks like a pity party there. Oh, I'm so sad. But he's not seeing what is still not the spilled cup. There's the spilled ones. He's focused on the spilled ones. So I don't want you to be, this is the magic of tarot. It's a roadmap. And like a Waze, it tells you what's coming up ahead. If you don't want to be on that freeway when there's a big traffic jam, it'll show you the surface streets to get off. And this is what it's saying to you. It's like, you don't need to carry that burden of you being, resentful, sad. Yeah, you don't need that. So boundaries, 10 of Swords. You know what happens when you do this? Oh my gosh, this is like this one issue, but I think it's really telling. The 10 of Swords is like, you do not experience that again. This is like putting a fork in it. You're done, right? So 10 of Swords energy is closing the door on something that you never have to go back to, closing a chapter and opening a new chapter. I have the sense that if you have this tough conversation that needs to happen, once you had that conversation, the problem will not happen anymore. I think there's a person who thinks that they can take advantage of you a little bit. They feel like, oh, she's so sweet, she's so nice, she won't say anything. I think it needs to be said, and you can either way. Once you do that, what comes back? Oh my gosh, your little Page of Cups, heart is full, feeling joyful. I freaking love this little girl listening to her favorite boy band up there in her room, listening to her music. It's like your joy comes back. There's something so fresh about the Page of Cups. It's so filled with like heart-filled and joyful, and there's the youthful energy of the Page of Cups. Youthful, optimistic, fun, full of fun. Like your joy comes back and your heart feels whole. So there's some tough thing that you have to do to get there, but the rewards are worth it. And then our last card. This is why I said your weekend's up on ends in a high. The Sun card shows up, which is like joy and happiness, everything being on the up and up. This is the solution. We want things to be out there in the open. We want to talk about things rather than sweeping them under the rug so that they can be dealt with. It does not have to be a dramatic thing to have these boundaries, to say what needs to be said so that everybody can be happy, right? It's not stirring up trouble. It's a necessary thing that has been probably overdue, right? So, yeah. What do you have?
I love that. So it's for the week, right? Like the
Yeah.
upcoming week.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
So
week energy.
and I love. I mean, there were certain things, certain cards that kind of like intersections, I guess, with the card
Yeah.
that I got. I am using the
Amy Turner deck.
yeah, the Oracle of Initiation. Sorry, for a moment I forgot the name, and it has an affirmation, a name for the card, and then the image, right? So the number is number 9, which that in and of itself, it talks about transformation, and also when we think about tarot, 9 is the Hermit, right? But also it's like things that are almost ending, and you got that 10 of swords there. So it's also paying attention to ending cycles, or where things that we don't need to hold on to anymore, to be able to move forward, right? The affirmation that it says, that it has, it says, I know how to act properly and wisely in this situation. So that's very, very key. And I'm going to show the image as well. But that affirmation itself, maybe you want to use that affirmation because it's a reminder that you know how to act, given whatever situation. You're going to know what's the wisest way to react, to act or react in this situation, to as a response and not a reaction. But also, like, when you have to kind of like poker face, right, to find out things about other things, and when, like, especially in a business or job where you can just cuss somebody out, we have to be more diplomatic. So it's a way of doing that. So I'm going to show the image because it's very interesting. So what I see, fans around the card. Fans is, when you think about fans, they're cooling agents, right? When you're using a fan, it's to cool, right? But also, yeah, I love that. Oh my God, it's the tarot cards. Yes. So they're used to cool off energy, right? But they're also used to cover expressions, right? So that's why I was talking about the poker face. So people don't see really your intentions. You can be working secretly, right, to kind of like solve whatever situation you have going on without telling everybody. So one of the things is, don't tell everybody or about whatever's going on, in throughout your week. Like, if you're working on something, be a little bit more mindful of who you're sharing information with. The other thing is, you can see, like, there's a little smirk on her face, and she's listening to a dragon. So dragon energy, it's that powerful protective energy. So if you work with dragons, or if you would like to work with dragons, don't you have a dragon candle too, Pam?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. Dragon energy is very powerful, and dragons are, many cultures. They're not just Asian, cultures have a belief in a dragon or dragon-like figure, and they're really protector. I mean, think about Game of Thrones and things like that, right? Like the image of the protective dragon, or the dragon of good luck, and things like that. That maybe ask the dragons to bring you the correct information that you need to find out right now, through dreams, through visions, when you're in when your mind is quiet. Because it brings me back to thinking about that hangman at the beginning of your reading. The hangman, sometimes we get frustrated because we feel nothing is happening. But if you think about it, right now we might be sitting here, but like, our cells in our bodies are doing a lot of work. Things are happening. We're breathing the air, like oxygen. What is the oh my gosh, what's the other word?
Respiration.
Yeah, it's being created. We're sweating also, and all these things are happening. And maybe we're not just completely conscious about it, because those things happen on their own, right? At a subconscious level. So it's also trusting the process, brings me back also to the first reading of trusting the process, and trusting that you're in the right place at this time. Yeah, right. And things are, as Pam said, we are Mercury retrograde. That's going to take a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks stops. And then we have the after shadow or whatever. So we have to kind of like maybe give ourselves the break to allow things to happen. But I definitely feel, and there's also this is it looks like a bird, but it's actually a butterfly. So going back to that hangman, which is kind of like a caterpillar, like
Mhm.
or like not a caterpillar, but what do you call that? It looks like a caterpillar
Oh,
almost,
it's
but it's a flower, right?
the cocoon, the
Yeah,
cocoon.
but it reminded me of it. That's kind of like a flower, but it reminds me of a cocoon. But that's like a morning glory, right?
Yeah, but it's the bud of the
But you know,
glory.
but the funny thing is, like, morning glory is also related to High John the Conqueror.
Hmm.
So think about that. If you have, kind of like if there's a situation that you want to conquer, also maybe that's a powerful root for. I'm always thinking about those things whenever the messages are hitting in the card, because we are
Yeah.
magical people and we have all this knowledge. So the bond, if you're trying to achieve something, or protect yourself from something, like, think about magic as well that you can do throughout the week, little magics that you can do at work, at home, like cleansings and things like that, to empower you and protect you, while this situation is kind of like weeding off.
Love it. I love it. Oh my gosh, Devon, we love you so much. Thank you so much. And I am giving you a great encouragement to take this week, take it, carpe diem this week.
Hmm.
Carpe weekum. Seize the week. All right. Next is Tomcat. And then I will do the oracle. You'll do the tarot.
Okay.
Um, it's two cards, unless Tomcat put a supportive message. Oh, happy birthday! Thank you so much. Birthday
Oh,
wishes.
my
I'm
cards are flying.
62 years
Oh,
young today.
it's 3 cards.
Oh, three cards. I'm 62 years young. Forever young, right?
It's a
You're not.
general reading.
He's not listening to me.
Oh, you mean me? Yeah, yeah.
I'm like,
It's because I thought you were talking to Tom.
no,
Sorry.
I was talking to you. I'm 62 years young, forever young, and you're just sitting there. What's the question?
Siempre viva, like
Yes,
death becomes her. You took the potion.
exactly.
Which, I
Exactly.
don't know. Somebody was gonna pull a card before I start this reading. Somebody was gonna pull a card for you, right?
Bruce.
But and I don't know if maybe they put it already in the thing. But I was gonna say, what's gonna help you, right? Do you have like a brooch or something, like that has a particular stone? I mean, you probably do. Think about it. Keep that. It came to my mind. So there must be something in your jewelry drawer that you. Okay. Okay.
I know which one you're
So
talking about. I've got
okay.
an amber
Oh,
amber brooch with a protective 6 petal rosette on it. That's the one that when you said that, that's the one that immediately popped in my head.
listen, go get wear it like, even if you think it doesn't even go with whatever you're wearing, just wear it throughout the process, and that's gonna
Oh
help
my
you out.
gosh, I love that. Oh,
Okay,
okay,
so
wait. Here's Bruce's thing. 2 of Pentacles, time management, 100%.
I have to laugh because I know Pan.
100%. Bruce,
Oh my
you
god.
not only read my cards, you read me.
Yeah, you're being read for filth, girl. Okay, so general reading, one card for July, but it's 3 cards, I
Yeah,
guess. So
so
one
you
for
can,
July, one for August, and then I'm
and
gonna
one
do
for the
maybe one for.
maybe one for the
Oh,
whole 2 month period, right?
oh, wait, we're in July now. Yeah, okay, yeah. So one for July, one for August, and then one overall.
Okay.
So this is for Tom. July, one for August, and one overall. Okay, so this is very interesting. So I'm gonna show all the cards first, and then I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the individual cards, because this is kind of easier, I guess, because it's per month. So these are the 3 cards. This would be like the overall. So there's a couple of things. So for July, this is great opportunity. Obviously, a lot of energy, and a month of a lot of potential. And I know maybe it sounds a little counterintuitive, again, because we're talking about we were just talking about Mercury retrograde that affects, but one of the myth busting that we have to do all the time is talk about Mercury retrograde and how everybody thinks it's bad for everybody. And that's not, I have gotten jobs during Mercury retrograde. I have moved during Mercury retrogrades. And there are certain things that I wouldn't do, but it doesn't mean that you have to fear the energy, because sometimes the also, if you were born during a Mercury retrograde, the energy of Mercury retrograde doesn't affect you in the same way as well. So talking again about the Ace of Wands, this is really like a new energy, something that you've been either thinking about or you've been considering and kind of like trying to find the energy for. Like July is definitely well aspected for that energy, and because this is July and August, I feel like it's a natural sequence. It's almost like there's either an idea, project, or something that you're passionate about, that it's happening on it, like it's running its natural course. It's not something that you're pushing against things or whatever, because it's like the one and the two. I did shuffle the deck, I mean,
Yeah.
quite a while. So it's naturally going into that aspect. So I think also there's the element of like you're getting the energy, and also you have kind of like the resources to do whatever it is that you're trying to do right now. And this can be, you can apply this to work if has to do with work, or relationships as well. But there's definitely this it's a big D energy card, the Ace of Wands. I always say that, but you can apply that to any aspect, which is empowerment and really passion. Like wands are passion, action, right? So there's going to be a lot of action going on in this 2 months also, and things that you might be putting that you might have put off before, and you're considering to getting a move on, and kind of like actually working towards these next couple of months. I mean, the one that we're currently in and August are really great months to put those things either into writing, and like steps that are like doable steps that you're going to be doing in order to manifest those things, right? So I did pull the overall kind of like, not overall energy, but kind of like, I guess, the overall I guess the overall, it's not what I want to say is not an outcome card. It's really like the overall energy. And I feel like that movement, and that I feel like there's a particular energy that has been stuck in your life, and and this 2 months with those actions that you're going to be taking, like this. When I always think of like when the Three of Swords is upright, like the swords are going in the heart. When you when it's upside down, the swords are coming out. So there's like some whatever heartache or whatever little bit of resentment or things that were sad or painful to you, this 2 months, the work that you're going to be doing in these 2 months are really going to be helping you get over those things and kind of like start like fresh slate. What is it called? Like a tabula rasa? Is that the name of?
Oh
like,
yeah, like a
like a clean slate. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like this is the energy. Like if you really use that energy and the tools available to you in this next 2 months, you're really going to be able to kind of like have this clean slate. And I also feel like it's like time to let go of old heartaches, and heartaches are not necessarily love related. It can be like things that didn't work out in business, or it could be like friendships that didn't work out, or maybe something that we love that broke, like a car that broke down, or things like that. So we're able to move on, and kind of like the only way to move forward is being able to let go of the past, like not stay in the past, right? We can only live in the now. And I feel like this also it's the consideration of possibilities, like when he has that whole world, he has the whole world in his hands, that song. It always, whenever I see this card, it reminds me of that
Oh my God. Church songs coming up.
Right? But it's really good energy. I really get good energy for you for this 2 months, Tom. So I hope that's helpful.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I don't know if you got something from that too, Pam. But
yeah. I mean, I love. You know what? The most fun. You know what I was gonna say, Chris, is the most fun is having that oracle card, listening to the tarot reader and going like, oh my gosh, I love the way are synchronistic. They like help one another. They add something to it. It expands on what the tarot reader is saying. So I'm so excited to jump in. Your card is play, the otter and cherry. So what this tells me is this passion project that you're working on, whether this is a romance, whether it's career stuff, whether it's this thing that you feel passionate about, it should come and feel like play. I feel like it's got that energy. It This is not a project. This is not a project in July and August of something like, oh, I have to do the thing. It is like I get to do the thing, right? Come with that playful energy of the otter, the joyful sweetness of the cherry. Come into a place of like, I can't wait to get started on this. This I feel I really get a sense like I get more, and you probably are getting this too, Chris. It's like I get more career energy than I get love energy off of this. It just feels like that's the thing. It feels like this creative project, this passion project. It might not be a job. It may be this thing that I've always wanted to do, the thing that I would do for free, the thing that my heart makes my heart sing and just gets me up in the morning. I can't wait to get to my my easel to paint my painting, or to my typewriter to type my novel, or to my whatever it is, to my piano to play the music. So it's really is this joy energy, it's this passion, it's this fire. This is saying to you it's time to do it. And I also got that feeling from what you had, the Three of Swords reversed. It is time. You've been holding back because of heartache now, and maybe disappointment, heartache, whatever, but now this is the antidote to the heartache. This is the antidote to jump in with joy, to jump in with play, let it feel like play. Let it feel like play. It should be joyful, fun, innocent, have that energy of like, I'm doing this for fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's allowing himself. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Does he say allowing himself, or I said that? Was that
Oh,
him commenting?
no, me. No, I was saying,
Oh,
I was saying, looking at
yeah.
this is allowing himself to enjoy that
Yeah.
process. Yeah.
Yeah. To really enjoy, to find the joy in it, really seek the joy in it. So if, it's like, okay, here's the
Like
difference.
Marie Kondo, spark joy.
So good. Oh my gosh. What I had a client that's a Marie Kondo person, and we had a whole great reading. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun talking about that and how the spirituality relates to magic. I mean, it's so magical. I wish I could be that kind of
Because
magic that's organized.
she's
You and I, kid, I know.
she's a Shinto priestess, Marie
Yeah,
Kondo. That's
yeah,
why. Yeah.
yeah. But this is what I think. Okay, here's the thing. So there's one last thing out there. Bring the play, absolutely lead with the play. So if you're bringing in a heavy energy into it, you need to take that out. That's that Three of Swords energy. Like, for example, I'm going to give you an example from my life just to give you that feeling of understanding what I'm trying to express. Not because I want to talk about me, but because I want to share what this is so that you can relate it to what's going on in your life. So I got this call from my spirit guides that I need to start doing art again. I used to do art years ago, and then I stopped. And immediately my head goes, okay, how can I monetize art? And then my guides are like, no, girl, no. You need to do art for play, not thinking about how you're going to sell it. Because once you think about how you're going to sell it, it brings in all these other forces where it is no longer play anymore. Will I sell this? Will someone buy this? Blah, 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 blah. No, they said no. Do it for your joy. Do it as your self-care. Do it as the thing that brings you happiness. It can be shown to other people. You can give it away. You can do whatever. But when you start monetizing it, and then it adds this element where now it's a job and it's not joy anymore. So I'm throwing that out there. Is it maybe something related like that, where there's another force that wants to come in and you've got to keep a good boundary to keep it joyful and playful. So
Yeah, I agree.
yeah. Yeah. All right, Tomcat, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, thank you, thank you. All right, we got a whole long list of people. We've got
Yes. Oh, look at
Universal
that.
Goddess Leslie, Carol, Nina coming back again, probably asking us what to do about to get that thing. I don't know. We'll see. Helen, Avabella, and Jessica. Oh my gosh, Jessica, I'm so glad to see you.
I
All
need to
right.
get my bottle of water. Sorry, because I
Okay,
already
go
drank one.
go get your bottle of water. I'm going to do the tarot Universal Goddess, and you're going to do the Oracle card.
Okay, perfect. I'm
All
here.
right. Is there a message for Ukraine from Universal Goddess? No message. Okay. All right. If it pops up, if you get it in, I'll throw in an extra card. Don't forget, guys, if you put a supportive message for Ukraine, you get an extra bonus tarot card. All right. So let's do this. Let's do this. Weekly reading. Thank you so much, Universal Goddess. We haven't seen you in a couple weeks. So happy to see you. Oh, okay. Okay. First card to show up for you is the High Priestess. Oh my gosh. I love this version of the High Priestess so much. She's diving deep into the water, and down at the bottom of the ocean, she finds a treasure chest. Oh my gosh, look at that treasure chest. She doesn't have any clothes on. She's naked diving. She has flippers on, but no clothes on. So when I see High Priestess and this particular version of the High Priestess, I kind of love it because it's asking you to go deep into your spiritual practice. High Priestess says, you've got a deep spiritual practice to dive into. Now it's time to go into it. So for this week, Wild Aquarius, go into your deep spiritual practice and find those gems, find those treasures. When you go deep, there's treasure for you. I think there's another important part. Like I said, she's naked. Oh, sending love to Ukraine. Okay, pulled that fifth card. And it's a good one. Great one. Okay. So treasure, seeking treasure. What is your treasure? What is it that you want? How can I go down to get that treasure? I don't even think it is, I honestly think it is not a plan. I think it's get into your spiritual practice. Is it meditation? Is it spell casting? Is it visualization? Is it dream work? It's something mystical. It's something you probably done before or you know how to do. Is it divination? I mean, it could be that too. But get into the practice for the practice's sake. Once you do that, you're going to get the answers. That's the treasure. So I don't think it's, the difference is I don't think it's going in to say, hey, I'm going to do this thing so I get the answers. It's I'm going to go into this because it is my natural environment. Oh, you're an Aquarius. So it's probably like, I'm going to, a child of Yemoya. I love that. I love that. Twice in this reading, I'm child of Yemoya. I love that. It could be, honestly, if there's a place in nature that you can go swimming in the water, the ocean, a lake, a river. If you're not in the desert, you can probably find one of those. Maybe it's time to do that this week, to really be a devotee, right? To get in touch with water. You know how people say, you need to touch grass. That kid needs to touch grass. I think you kid need to touch water.
That's so funny.
So I think this is like, Aquarians. Let's talk about Aquarians because you brought your sun sign into it. Aquarian energy, you are star child, supernova star child out there. I think this is like where you're comfortable, is like going into the real mystical and going into places that people are like, that's really woo woo. Do your woo. Do your woo. And who cares what anyone else thinks? So if it's, going into the forest and singing, and that's your woo, or if it's going and swimming in water, or um if it's doing something like, you know, where it is, you're doing it for the experience, not for the wisdom, but wisdom is going to come from it.
Mm-hmm.
Answers are going to come from it. That's what I see with that card. Second card for this week. This isn't a cool, amazing, intense week for you. I mean, that first card is not is an intense, great card. Then we have Ace of Wands. New Ace of Wands showing up again. Passion,
Mm-hmm.
excitement, enthusiasm, new projects, new doors open, new things start happening. Could be new romances, could be new passion projects, new creativity showing up for you, but it fires you up. This is like, oh my gosh, I've got this huge burst of energy to get started on this thing that I'm super passionate about. So that is showing up for you this week. Now, this is where maybe the rubber hits the road. The third card is the Death card. So this is what maybe the hard part of this is this. To do this, we have to let something go. The letting something go doesn't mean we're letting go of something. Oh, I'm losing something. It can be letting go of our fears. It can be letting go of our inhibitions. It can be letting go of our lack of time management. Anyone? It can be, it's to say, that, if we look at what death really is, I mean, if we look and we see life and death all around us all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The plant dies so that it can then fertilize the soil so a new plant can come up. That's life and death, right? We can, if we had plant growing forever in a place, it gets overcrowded and nobody thrives. So something has to go. Space has to be made to bring, you've got this idea, you've got this new thing, but that means I've got to let something go to give space to this. Like I said, it could be, I've got to let go of my freewheeling, no time management. Maybe I have to give that up to get this project in gear. Oh my gosh. I'm supposed to hear back from an interview I had last week. I lost my job in this new place called The Same Day, right? So there's this aspect of letting go so that we can move forward. I love it. I love it. Get deep into your spiritual practice. Go for that treasure, and you'll know exactly what you have to let go. You'll know exactly what you have to let go of. And again, I think death is a very neutral card. I don't see it as a bad card ever. If it's other cards around it that are like, ooh, this is going to be tough, then I'm saying, oh yeah, that's going to be a tough transition. Everything around this is beautiful, bright, and positive. Job loss was out of the blue. Oh my gosh. And so here we have, then we have the job coming up, 8 of Pentacles, which is working toward building something. This is your money coming in. This is building your empire. This is building something. So I see this new job actually showing up as like this great, like, building energy. Look at, there's little ants on there. Ants are hard workers. I know I don't really like ants, but I got to give them credit. They are hard workers, right? They, you know what also is amazing? I talk about this in my book, The Witch's Guide to Animal Familiars. There are only a few, let's say, well-known insect species that are communities. Not a lot of them. Termites are one, ants are another, and bees are another. They work together for the collective good of all, right? And so I do see that 8 of Pentacles is like, this is not solo work. You're going to be part of a team. You're going to be part of building something. You're going to build something beautiful. And I think that's it. You're going to build something great for the company and great for you. All ships rise. That's what I see. Last card, Strength card. Strength card energy. Oh my gosh, she's hugging that lion. Big hug. Strength card energy is to embrace your strength, right? You know that you're capable. I think especially when we're going into like a new environment of any kind, we can feel a little, ooh, where do they keep the staples? You don't know where anything is, if it's an office. I think, does anyone work in an office anymore? I don't think. But like you don't know the system yet, but like the strength card is saying, you got it. This is a definite card of like, you got it, girl. You know how to do this. You know how to do this. The details might be different, but the general energy is like, you're going to crush it. So yeah, I love it. I love it for you. So what do you have?
So what I got, it's interesting because I didn't know the job loss thing or
New
that had
job.
happened. And you got the High Priestess and the Death card both, right? Which two
Mm-hmm.
major arcana, which also had like big things happening as well. Um, and I got this card which is called the Fighters, right? And it says, I fight my resistance to accepting the dualities of life. So I think and I'm going to show the image here because you see two men fighting, right? But what I was drawn to, as besides that, which is also that um resistance within ourselves, right? Like, oh, I lost my job, am I going to be able to are they going to call me from this new one, or and am I going to be able to sustain myself and all those things? Is really about trust, right? Like, I trust that this happened. And you probably the job loss, I always say this and people think like, oh, are you joking or whatever. It's like, you know, when things everything everything happens for a reason, right? So if it was out of the blue and you needed to be out of there, then that's just, if we trust our spirits and we trust our guides, and they really, sometimes it happens like that. It's just like, well, out of the blue, it just happens, right? um and I think the trust part is really trusting that they're going to help and provide for us, right? But the other thing I was noticing here is like two eyes, really. So bringing me back to that High Priestess card, which is like really going inwards and seeing what's there, right? Maybe what is this? If this thing that was taking space in your life, which was your old job, is no longer there, what are you gonna fill that space with, right? Because you have the real estate now, right? You have new real estate because that thing is no longer there, right? Like, that thing has death card, right, been demolished. So what are you putting in its place, right? It's great if you get this job that you're and hopefully they'll call you back for this job. But also think about other things that you might not be considering, right off the top of your head, because the High Priestess is asking you to go inwards, right? She's diving down all the way into the bottom of the ocean, right? And you were saying, Jamoja, like, you can go into if you're near the ocean, you can go and offer some flowers or fruit or whatever, right? Like some molasses, which is an offering that you give to Jamoja. But you can also do a little, like, take some water and salt and do some bath salts in, like, in your house, so you don't have to go into the water, right? Like, sometimes we don't have that access. So it's really ritualizing that moment of like, I let this go, I'm not fighting, which is the Fighters, right? Like, I'm not fighting against what happened. I am going to move forward and embrace the change as well.
My gosh. Yeah, that's such a brilliant idea too, to take a saltwater bath. It's like, if you don't
So
have that.
easy.
Yeah, yeah, and it's such a beautiful thing. And leave that offering, leave your offerings, and it can be at an altar. The offering can be left at an altar. It doesn't have
Hmm.
to be at the ocean too.
Yeah.
My gosh. All right. Thank you so much, Universal Goddess. We're so grateful to you being here, and hope this reading was super helpful for you. All right, Leslie is next. You know Leslie from conferences she's helped with
Maybe.
Tide and Newts, and you've been to those, right?
I was a Tide and then one of the
Yeah. So
new.
Leslie
Yeah.
was at Tide, 100%. You guys have met. Um,
So hi Leslie. Sorry
I
if I
think I
uh,
think
don't
Les,
remember your face
Le,
right now.
yeah, you have to you'll see a picture of her and you'll go, oh yeah, I remember her. She helps a lot with the conferences. That's anyway. So um but Leslie, you can say, did you and Honoreo meet? I think you did. I kind of feel like you did.
Maybe we did.
She's helping with a lot of the conferences put on by Soultopia. All right. So Leslie, then Carol, then Nina, then Helen, then Ababella, and then Jessica. All right.
Oh
So
la
we have
la.
Leslie. Okay. What's and then three, four cards, five cards for Leslie. Five cards.
It's 5 cards. Okay.
Yeah. General reading for July.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. General reading for July for Leslie. Interesting. Okay. You said 5 cards, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because she does
Okay.
in a little extra, and then she gave a message, so it becomes
So I'm
55.
assuming. So I'm gonna. I mean, we can see. I guess that we can see it like this because it's. Well, but we're already. I guess the first week of July just went by. But I was gonna say like
It's
I
not a
was gonna
full
do it.
week.
Yeah, I was no, but I was gonna say like I was gonna do it by.
Oh,
I
oh.
guess by card by week, but I'm gonna go ahead and kind of like talk about generally, and then I'll go into the details. So I'm gonna show. So first, the first card that you got was a Page of Cups, and oh, we met a tie. So I'm sorry, I don't remember your face right now, love. Um, but I'm sure we
Yeah,
exchanged.
you would know if you saw her for sure,
Yeah.
100%.
So the first card you get is a Page of Cups reverse, right? And then next to it we got the Eight of Swords reversed again, which it's it's been stalking me since the first reading. um then we have the Queen of Cups upright. Then we have Five of Pentacles upright, and then it ends with the Empress. I was gonna say High Priestess. I'm still in tune with the other reading, which is great. So one of the couple of things that I that immediately came to mind is there's definitely also for you maybe the beginning of the month is going to go a little bit slow on the slower side, right? It's going to be like a lot of, and again this might be a general topic too because of what we were talking about Mercury retrograde, but also it's like um maybe being a little bit in your feelings, at the very beginning of this and next week, kind of like being like um one of the things that happened that does happen to me during Mercury retrograde is that people from the past come back to our lives, tend to come back to our lives. And I mean, like 2 weeks ago, I got an apology from someone that I broke up with eight years ago. Imagine, yes.
Wow.
So,
Long overdue, wasn't
but
that?
but the funny, you want to know but I'll finish the reading. But it was very interesting because I was like, it's Mercury in retrograde, and then I looked it up, and I was like, oh yeah, of course it's starting. So one of the things is like just be tender and with yourself, like don't kind of like try not to get overwhelmed in this first 2 weeks, because I do feel like there's going to be a lot of like either feelings or old feelings or things that are going to be unearthed. Is that the word? Like
Unearthed, unearthed.
from from inside, on earth, yeah, sorry, from inside, that you're going to be kind of like maybe feeling a little bit sensitive. And I feel like it's going to be maybe this first 2 weeks that you're going to be maybe in your feels, or you're going to be a little bit more like, oh, I feel also maybe a lot of choices that you might be having to feel that you have to make, but they're not necessarily things that you have to make choices right now. So I feel that you have to kind of like take your time with those things, because I do feel the Queen of Cups here upright is more of like someone who's kind of like going into the third week, getting in control of her feelings, getting in control of where she wants to prioritize her energy, and where that energy goes. Like if you even in the Eight of Swords reverse, you see water there. So the first three cards are water, and and actually in the Empress we have water as well, and in the five of Pentacles, it's frozen water because it's it's ice, it's snow. So I think there's definitely a topic of like, this is gonna be like a very, I don't know your zodiac sign or whatever, but it's gonna be maybe a month that you're gonna be a little bit more in your feels and a little bit more like in tune. But also I always say, when we feel a little bit overwhelmed, right, we have to ask ourselves, instead of like what am I anxious about, it's more like, what am I excited about, right? Like that same shift in our mentality, instead of saying like, what is this anxiety? Is like what is this excitement, right? What am I excited about? And I think that's also a way of looking at it. And also when we are in our feelings, that's a great opportunity to really go deep into finding like water, like if you're like working on your like spiritual development, psychic development, things like that, we really get in tune with those feelings. So there might be, I don't know if you do, I know we met a type, but I don't know what if you do readings and things like that. So there might be a feeling of you getting a little bit more so going more a little bit more psychic in your readings as well, which is always great, right? So kind of like managing that expectations. I also gonna say try not to during this month not to overextend yourself or try to, because of the whole feeling touchy situation that's happening. I feel like the five of pentacles sometimes, in this case in particular, I feel like it's us, it's you trying giving too much and not receiving enough back, and I feel like that depletes your energy, and I'm gonna say with all these cards that you definitely feel like you're someone who's very, like obviously an empath, which is that term gets thrown around, that term gets thrown around a lot nowadays, but you do feel, get in touch with those feelings of other people, but you have to make sure that you know where someone ends and you begin, like when you're working with people, when you're working with other energies, whether it is like through readings or energy work or healing or things like that, you have to kind of like have those boundaries well set. And I mean, lastly, we get, and I feel like maybe going into the out of the retrograde and also going into a different aspect of, like going into the next month already, I feel like you're gonna be more, this. I feel like it's almost like whatever goes in this month is gonna push you forward to do something different, or more creative, or give you a sense of like a new birth. You know what I mean? Like a new, the birth of a new energy. So yeah, this is what I see for them, because the Empress really is like, okay, I dealt with this. I came, I saw, and I conquered. I conquered. So I do get that. I get that feeling as well. So yeah, I don't know what you got, Pam.
It always goes with what you're saying, always. So here's what I have: survival
Oh,
with the rat and parsley. Survival
I love the rat.
can be, you know what? Yeah. Survival can, you can be like, oh no, I've got to like just get by, or something like that can come up with that. But I think of this as like, no, survival. Like they might try and knock you down, but you will not be knocked down, right? That, think about like rats in the wild in New York. I think of the New York rats. Oh. Um, Even though they try to eradicate them, they're still here, right?
Hmm.
So the message of the rat is really like, we're survivors. We know how, we're resourceful. We know how to get what we want. And I almost feel like this energy is like the rat is got the backpack, right? The rat is like taking care of themselves. They are not taking care of this one over there and that one over there. So this is where your energy needs to be concentrated. It's like, I've got the resources to take care of me. I'm not going to spread myself thin. I'm not going to be overgiving, right? The overgiving of Five of Pentacles. I'm going to take care of me right now. What do I need? And I'm going to take care of it. I'm not going to expect others to take care of me, right? And I'm not going to take care of others. I'm going to take my little backpack and I'm going to take care of me. So I think whatever you can bring that is going, I mean, you are a survivor. So take care of you. Right now it's to take care of you. They may try and knock you down. They may try and destroy you. They may try and, um, make you feel a certain way, but no, you are a survivor. I think this is a great card. This is a great card,
Yeah,
right?
I want to say, I want to say that your emotions are not your weakness. They are your strength. And
Yeah.
I feel like that perspective is really going to help you move forward during this month. because there, sometimes we feel, oh, if I'm being too sensitive, does that make me weak? And no, it's actually, oh, this is my other birth month. You both described my relationship with her and how I let go this small. Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. So I think you need to, you know what? You celebrate you this month, right?
Hmm.
And then you will have an opportunity at some later date when, when things are better, right? When things are better, you will have that opportunity. But to give that, don't give over your energy. Don't give over, get into the place of, I'm going to take care of me, right?
And these are both mother cards, Queen of Cups, Empress. They're very like mother, putting yourself, putting others before yourself. That tends to be a very motherly quality, and sometimes we have to really, it's like the plane goes out and put your mask on before you put somebody else's mask on.
Yeah. Well, if the plane's going down, that mask isn't going to do too much. So
No, but well, thanks, fam. Like,
no, because the mask is not for the plane going down. It's for loss of pressure in the cabin.
no, but you know what I mean. But you know
It
what I
means
mean.
your plane has a hole in it. That's
Yeah.
what it means.
Listen. You know what I meant.
But seriously, that survival card is like, yeah, it's like this survival means I'm got my backpack and I'm going to take care of me.
Yeah.
So I would say, and I look for great, like I think look for great self-care, like healthy self-care coping mechanisms, right? So going and spending a bunch of money on online shopping late at night is not a great strategy for most people.
Yeah.
It's fun in the moment and it gives you a sense of relief, but I wouldn't call that self-care. How about
Yeah.
taking up a craft? How about learning how to make something? How about taking that class you've always wanted to take? How about getting together with your good friends that love you and care about you and can
Yeah.
affirm for you how sweet and kind and good you are?
Hmm.
That's where you need to be. That's where you need to be. Right. And if you are like, I don't have those friends, then it's time to get out and make those friends. Right. So join communities, get involved, volunteer for something. So do that. But it's like, what are healthy self-care activities that you can bring in this month? Those are really important. That's your essential, backpack of food and drink and everything you need to survive that this month. That's what you need,
Hmm.
right? Love that. Oh, Leslie, we love you so much. We love you. We love you. Okay, so next. Oh, can I make a couple of announcements and then we'll get to the
Yes,
rest of it.
ma'am.
Next we have Carol, then Nina, then Helen, and Ababella, and then Jessica. If you'd like to get a reading in, you can get a reading in. All you have to do is um, make a donation on PayPal, Venmo, or Super Chat. Details are up in the description. Once you do that, get back over here, write where you donated, how much you donated, what your question is. If you leave it a supportive message for Ukraine, we'll even throw in an extra tarot card. All right, here's my announcements. Do you see that the deck I've been doing my readings with, the Familiar Magic Pocket Oracle, you're getting a sneak peek at it. It comes out this July 28th. I was like, what date is it? I couldn't remember. July 28th it drops. You can go to familiaroracle.com and you can pre-order your new pocket oracle for you and your familiar. And you can get a taste with a free reading over there. You need to get over to familiaroracle.com and get your free like one card reading. You can do that every day. You can ask a question and let the app pull a card for you and you'll get a beautiful message and you'll get a little taste of the deck and how beautiful and magical it is. It truly, truly is a magical deck. This is the only deck I know, by the way, that you can use for familiar communication. You can communicate with animals, you can communicate with plants, and of course, you can get a reading for yourself. So I don't know of any other deck that does that. I've got like, hey, if you pull a card for an animal, it means this. If you pull it for a plant, it means this. If you pull it for the witch, that's you. It means this. So yeah, go check it out. Do you have questions about magic? Don't forget our free live magic Q&A tea party takes place every Sunday except for Sundays at 5 Pacific, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. We also do a book or deck giveaway each week over there. Tarot for Kindness. That's what we're doing now. You know what that is. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the notifications bell. So you'll get to know, just a gentle reminder if you're on your computer, it'll pop up and it'll say, hey, Tarot for Kindness is starting. Madame Pamita's doing something. Go check it out. If you have a subscription to any of the workshops, New Moon, Full Moon, Slavic Sundays, or Sabbath Candle subscriptions, you need to move it over to madamepamita.com. If you're not sure, where did I subscribe? Did I subscribe at Parlor of Wonders? Did I subscribe at Madame Pamita? Jump on the chat and ask us, and we'll help you sort it out. I got some live events coming up. Mystic South in not even a couple weeks, week and a half. Northwest Tarot Symposium at the end of the month, and Temple Fest in Charlton, Mass, in September. So come and hang out with me. Yeah, and listen, you don't even have to get on a plane. You don't even have to fly like I just flew in that picture. We have
I was about to say, when did you learn how to fly?
Listen, while you've been gone, I've been perfecting my magic. What can I say? There is a virtual event coming up that I am going to be a part of, and it is amazing. It's called It's a Witch Space virtual event. It's called The Witches Gather. It's a virtual witchcraft and magical arts convention. It's taking place over 3 days. There's 20 plus speakers. There are more than 24 classes. Early bird tickets are only $50 until July 22nd. That means you are paying $2 per class, which is wild. That is unheard of. You'll get 3 days of magic and dozens of live virtual workshops. I'll be teaching the myth and magic of Baba Yaga and animal familiar magic, but there's going to be a whole bunch of other teachers. So go to madamepamita.com/witch space to sign up, and you can find out more. You can see all the teachers that are going to be there. It is such a deal. I mean, really, what conference can go to this $50 and you get 25 plus classes? That's is unheard of. So take advantage of that early bird pricing. The August Leo New Moon Spiral manifesting candle spell is coming. Oh my gosh, this is like our Leo, our Lionsgate manifesting energy. Oh my gosh, yes. So we're going to be working with Spharo, the blacksmith god, the celestial blacksmith, the divine creator, the master of fire, and the forger of reality. And we're going to be using this spell to manifest. What are your big wishes? What do you want to manifest in your life? It can be love. It can be an amazing career. It can be great success. I mean, this is the one that will do it all. It closes on July 31st, and our new moon is on August 12th. That's kind of like the tail end of the Lionsgate is the 12th, right? I think that's the last day of the Lionsgate. You can go to newmoonspells.com to find out more. Our full moon workshops. Next one is Shamanic Rituals in Everyday Life on July 29th. Go find out more by going to witchcraftworkshops.com. Our Slavic Sundays workshop, we just had this one, Slavic Bathhouse Rituals and Magic. The next one is August 2nd, Slavic Harvest Magic. Subscribing, you can save 25% or more. Go to witchcraftworkshops.com. And our Sabbath Candle Magic workshop. Next one is for Llamas. It's going to be on July 30th. And candle spell layouts, how you can do layouts with your candle spells and add even more magic to your spell, your candle spell. Do you love our witchcraft workshops, of all of the witchcraft workshops, but find them financially out of reach? Go to madamepamita.com/scholarships. We offer a limited number of scholarship spots each month for students in need. Our scholarships aim to empower individuals from marginalized communities, including LGBTQ+, BIPOC, immigrant populations, disabled folks, anybody who has faced economic hardships. You are welcome, and they are there for you. Ride with Pride. Do you love that cute little witch on the broom? Honoreo? You're not even paying attention.
Which, what do you mean?
Sure. This little witch
But
right here.
But what do you mean if I know them?
Do you love them?
Oh, oh my God! I'm sorry. It's because there's like a howling dogs outside, and I'm like, whose dogs are those? It's not my dogs aren't even making noise. Yeah, of course.
Look how cute. I love this little image so much, and it's like there's a familiar Yeah. Oh my gosh, everything about this. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Write
Okay.
with pride. That's how you. Well, that's how you have to write all the time. Write with pride.
Right.
So that's
Right.
for sure.
Right. Leave a review at madampemita.com and you could win a 30-minute session with me. It could be a tarot reading, past life reading, spirit guide session, or even like magic one-on-one coaching. I can help you with your magic, teach you something. I mean, it could be anything you want for that 30 minutes. Um, as long as it doesn't involve me taking off my clothes, it could be anything. You could be our July winner. I don't even know who our June winner is. Sorry, I didn't update this. I'll go find out who the June. Maybe Love Witch will come on and let us know. I don't even know if Love Witch picked the June winner yet. Our Spell Squad forum is the play. Oh, Jolene. Jolene was the June winner. Congrats
Jolene,
to Jolene.
Jolene.
Yes, Jolene. So we don't get that many reviews each month. It might be like 20 or something like that. So you have a really good chance of winning that prize. I mean, it's like one of those things. It's not like Publishers Clearinghouse or the lottery. You really have a good chance of winning. That prize is a really good prize, I think. Spell Squad Forum, come hang out with us. This is our 24/7, 365 place that you can ask questions, help contribute and answer questions. We also have a workshop and event calendar there. Super sweet and supportive community. It's absolutely free, doesn't cost anything. You can share and get helpful information. And we have giveaways. I got to do another giveaway for July. So get in on it now so you get in on that giveaway. More. All kinds of good stuff over there. So go check it out. All right, that's it. All the announcements. Let's get back to readings.
I think it's Carol now.
Oh my gosh, Carol. So Carol's next. Carol and then Nina, Helen, Ababella, Jessica. There we go. Okay. So you're gonna do, is it me? Where are we? Am I doing
I
tarot?
said me yeah, no, you do tarot and I
Okay.
do
Okay.
the oracle. Yeah, because we just did Leslie, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. That's right. You did the tarot. I'm like losing my mind. Okay, so Carol is a 1-card reading plus 1 card for the supportive message of Ukraine. So 2-card reading. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes. Energies around me this week. If it helps, I'm a Libra sun and Scorpio moon. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love knowing people's sun signs and any other astrological information. It really helps me tailor recommendations in a very specific way. Like knowing you're a Libra, that's gonna help me tailor the energy to you. So yeah, so happy to do that. All right. What little cards do we have for you? Woo woo! Woo woo! Oh my gosh. This week is about balance. This week is perfect for a Libra. You cannot be too extreme this week. You're going to balance it all out. That's what I'm seeing here. So the first card I pulled for you is the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands energy. Look at that Knight of Wands. I'm going to ride this cheetah so fast, right? Fiery energy. So this is like jumping into something. I know what Carol's been going through. Tough job situation, job that overwhelms her, doesn't appreciate her. It's a tough situation. So I think this is about balance and like balance out your day with something that has nothing to do with work that you're super passionate and eager and excited about. Do you want to like take dance lessons? Do you want to like go learn a new skill? Do you want to go back to something that you already know how to do and have fun with it? This is joyful, fun, and passionate. I think that's the thing. This heavy, weighted blanket of not in a good way of a weighted blanket, a heavy blanket of like that's pushing down on you. We need to bring that back out. We need to get out from under that and get into joy. Like if your job is not joyful, the rest of your life needs to be extra joyful, right? To balance this out. So it's like finding that thing that you're passionate about. I mean, when I literally see the Knight of Wands, it's like go travel to new destinations. So that could be travel, but maybe travel's not practical right now. So it's like maybe it's going exploring new places in your neighborhood. Maybe it's getting together with friends and having a hangout with loving friends. So it's like make an effort, like there's effort being a knight, but make an effort to bring that passion and that joy. The second part of the balance, like, is there such a thing as a scale with three things? Because that's what I see. Like we have work weighing down, but we need to balance it out with these other things. So one of the things is joy, passion, excitement, activity. The other one is rest, right? Four of Swords is rest, contemplation. So it's not going extreme and like, it's not partying till 2 a.m. and then having to go into work. God forbid that you would do that. But it's like going out and having fun, also taking time for restful things. Four of Swords energy is rest and contemplation, right? We see this little pilot. He's like, oh, I'm not gonna fly my plane right now. I'm just gonna take a little nap here with my cute fizzy drink, and I'm just gonna rest right now. So I think this is part of this too, is like make sure you're getting enough sleep, make sure you're doing restorative things as well as active things. This is so perfect for a Libra to look at because it's like bringing in balance. How do I bring in balance? This thing is heavy. We need to bring in juicy things to this. So it's like juicy rest. What does that look like? Is it like making your bedroom really comfortable with good smells, good air temperature, like making it really delicious? Is it bringing in a meditation practice? Is it going to get a massage? Whatever it is that's going to be restorative, that is part of this week. Whatever is bringing joy and enthusiasm, and we have the energy to go do those fun things, we need to bring that in those weeks so that your 8 hours at work may suck, but the rest of your life is so glorious. Like, yeah, you're going to be like that kid looking at the clock going, is it 3 o'clock yet? Is it 3 o'clock yet? Get me out of here. But great, because what you're doing outside of work is going to feel joyful. It's going to be like lovely, joyful, restorative. Yeah. So that's what I got for you.
You know, I was smiling because the card, and it's obviously it's energies around you for this week, but the card I got was, it's called the Manifester. You know, and the affirmations says, I am manifesting what I see in my mind's eye. You know, so it's very interesting what Pam is saying. What was the first card that you got?
The Knight of Wands.
Yeah, so Knight of Wands, like very like self-directed and like ready to jump into action, right? Manifestation is really that. It's like the part of allowing ourselves to have what we need, you know, like and how we project that energy from what we in us in our mind's eye into reality.
I
Oh,
need some more or a new pill to help us. Perfect.
but
Perfect.
yeah, and look, the funny thing is also that if you see this card, and you said you're a Libra, you know, so Libra is all about lush, you know, it's like they're ruled by Venus, just like Taurus. So it's like luxury, and not luxury as in like
Beauty.
expensive, but like luxury as in like comfortable and beauty and all those things. And if you see here, this person, this woman is like surrounded by swans and peacocks, and the pink house in the back, and it's really is like she's looking like directly because she's manifested everything that she wants. You know, that's this card. I compare it to the, you know, the Nine of Pentacles, which is like that woman with the pentacles, and like she's basking in all her glory and all these things that she has. So I really I really feel like this energy around you this week is really anything that you want, you set your mind to this week, you're going to be able to get it, you know, or at least set an emotion. So depending on the level of the thing, right, you set things in motion this week for things to begin manifesting, you know, sometimes and but intentionally, really, that's what I want to say, because sometimes we manifest things like we say something, and then 10 months later that comes and you're like, oh my god, I manifested it, but I wasn't really even trying. And really, you know why that happens? Because you got out of your way, you just said it and believed in it, but you didn't really, it was like stressing out over it and things like that. And I think that set it and forget it, it's like that night of fire of wands, and then the rest part, that, you know, the four of sword is like set it and set it and forget it. do it and forget about it, which is like one of the tenets in magic, is like do your spell and then forget about it. It's not really forgetting that you did something. It's really like, don't, like a watch pot never boils, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
I loved it. I love this energy for you this week.
Yeah. And I think that balance is going to make your manifestation easier. Where you
Yeah,
have
and
joy, yeah, when you have joy in your life, it's so much easier to manifest. And so, you know
sorry.
what's interesting is like cultivating. You don't have that control over your job environment and what's happening there. You may not have that control. Let's just say you don't
Yeah.
have control. The rest of your life, you have control. So
Hmm.
get your new pillow, make your bed super luscious and amazing. Put some good scents in your, get a, a pillow spray where you can like have a beautiful scent, or bring in a diffuser, or bring in a nice smelly candle, not like magical spell candle, but a nice scented candle into your, if that's what is going to create that space. Tidy up your room, redecorate your room. It doesn't have to be spending a bunch of money to have a luxurious experience. When Honorea was saying that, I'm like, yeah, it's about creating beauty with what you already
And
have.
comfort. Yeah.
Yeah, and comfort. And like, I also say like this, you probably have really cute things that you're saving, like your good china. Use your good china, right? Use your good stuff. Use your fancy wine glass for your glass of wine. So those things that are like, set it and forget it. Nine of Pentacles is such a great card. So similar to this one. Yeah, 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 it is. It really is. So yeah, do that. Make your life really juicy outside of work, and then manifesting the new job, getting a better situation will be so much easier to do. Right. Great. All right. Next we have
Sorry.
Nina. Nina back for round two, and Helen and Ababella and Jessica.
What does Ryan need to feel secure in a relationship in order to propose if somebody's
Okay, so now she's learned what to ask right here.
regard? I said last week.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, you're
So do
doing
you
tarot.
wanna? Do you want? Okay, well that's fine. Okay.
Okay, yeah. I did the.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did
you
the.
did tarot just now. Yeah.
Okay, really losing my mind.
So this is two cards, right? Or three?
Three cards. Three
Okay.
cards.
Okay. Okay. So what does Brian need to feel secure in our relation in order to propose?
Yeah, that's a useful question that maybe there's a part that you can contribute to, right?
Okay, so I'm gonna show the cards that I got. So I got the King of Cups, which is a great card. I got the Chariot reversed, and then I got the three of um, the Three of Wands reversed. Okay, so and then the King of Pentacle, the King of Cups is upright. I want to say. So a couple of things which are very interesting, because we're not asking what the future is going to be like, but more like an advice of what, like action wise, right? So one of the things I feel is like, I feel like he is emotionally available. I don't feel like he's distant. I feel like he has good feelings and good nature towards you, definitely, and that like his feelings are genuine. I do, but I do feel like there might be some. I'm, I'm not sure how I want to say this, but it's not in a bad way, but like emotional immaturity in a way. There's a little bit of that, and I want to say that because of the Chariot reverse as well. It's like maybe a lack of like. I feel like he's the type of person that he needs to be convinced of why something needs to happen. You know what I mean? Versus for you have it very clear of like, this is the trajectory that needs to happen, right? So I feel like it's like approaching it from a place of like, why this is good for both of you, not just your desire, but why being married, and proposal married, etc. It's not just a dream. It's really like let's just say, for example, like marriage is also a contract, right? Like you're supporting each other, or there's something that you both get from it besides the love part, because the love part you already have it, right? So I feel like maybe having a clear um set of like, these are the things that you're gaining from this as well, right? Like, even though it sounds a little bit cold the way I'm talking about it, but I want to say, as a man, I feel like sometimes men can get very comfortable in how things are, and and like, if the woman or another man loves them, they don't want to do anything because they feel like, okay, yeah, this is enough for me, and that mindset. And sometimes you have to kind of like show them, through, not just through actions, or not just to like nag them, right? But also show them like, this is good for both of us, this is why this is going to be good for both of us, and this is how important it is for me, and I feel like this would really seal the deal, etc., right? And the other card that I got is the three of wands reverse, which is like, I do feel there's a little bit of fear. I said what was it that I just said now? It's not, it wasn't fear, it was more like, oh, like immaturity, right? Is that what I said? So there's a little bit of like fear tied to that immaturity of like, I don't know if he's been married before, or if this would be the first time that he gets married. And maybe you can clarify that later, for us later, Nina. But I feel like there might be there's a resistance there. There's like a, even if he's not emoting that resistance, like it's deep, it's inside. And I feel that maybe, you could do some work in regards to that, to kind of like allow those things to break, right? Like break those patterns of resistance. I definitely, you have the ones there, so I would say like some candle work, that you could do periodically, to kind of like get rid of those, blockbuster work. What was the other one, Pam? Like
Open roads,
open
faithful
roads,
marriage.
blockbuster, yeah, and like, but I would say like open roads, but and blockbuster, kind of like, to kind of like break whatever is inside, that's nothing to do with their love particularly, but more like how he feels, maybe like he doesn't want to move forward or open up to that just yet. Maybe he's just putting it off and putting it off, right? There's also instant gratification, and that you can
Yeah.
kind of like mix those oils, if you have access to them, obviously, and do some candle work, because I do feel like it's there and it's in the zeitgeist. It's just,
Yeah.
there's a little bit of resistance that you might want to kind of like get a move on, because even the chariot, when it's upright, it's still not moving. You know what I mean? What were you gonna say?
The aurora's behind you and looking so
Oh,
cute.
I didn't even notice. Oh my gosh, look at her, she's
So
crazy.
cute, so cute. You know
Oh,
what? You brought up a great point, because and what there's a secret message hidden in that chariot card, which is they are a team. The Sphinx is in the
mhm.
front, right?
Yep.
He needs to see that you're a team player, which is exactly what Honorio was saying. That you like, it's not about what benefits Nina, it's about how this can benefit, how a team can
Hmm.
benefit him, how a team can help him move forward, how a team can help him in his life. So, team of the two of you. So I think honestly, there's having a conversation when you are clear in your head about why this idea of like taking this will move your chariot forward. Us partnering up will bring benefits to you, right? So he has to see the benefit of teaming up, of being a team. And I honestly think this is something I tell people when we're doing a reading and a romance reading and the chariot card shows up. I'm like, the thing you need to look for in relationship, let's say they're looking right now, is you need to look for a team player. He needs
Yeah.
to see that you're a team player. Team player means we put the team first and our individual needs second. And
Yeah,
so
and yeah.
that has
Go
to
ahead.
be
Sorry.
conceptualized, right?
Yeah, and it's like I also see obviously, and this came
Yeah. So
upside down, but
he doesn't see the team and the benefit of the team yet. And I think
yeah.
that's what you have to bring to the table.
And this is obviously part of the communication caduceus symbology there, right? And this is also, some people say it's a yoni and a lingam,
Yeah.
so it's that connection. It's really that relationship, the coming together of two to become
Yeah.
one, so really I feel like the so when we let's put this in, because right into action, I said candle work with Blockbuster and like Open Roads, and to kind of like open his, maybe a heart candle to kind of like open up his heart, right? We I was gonna say, you have some lip candles too, to be
Yeah.
able to speak, and like your words to be convincing, right? So you have that conversation that he's open to talking about marriage as a, like as something that he wants as much as you want, right? Like that
Yeah.
partnership, that marriage. And also the wedding, there's like the bride and groom candle, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's different, there's different things that you can work with, but also it's not all on you, right? Like it's not all on you, the the decisions, etc., right? Like it's both, it's working as a partner, but as Pam is saying, it's like the convincing that needs to happen, or the demonstration that needs to happen, is how you work together as in a partnership.
Yeah. The card that I pulled was the focus card. And
Ah,
you know what I'm going to say? This card
look at that, the
surprised it.
hawk.
Yeah, the hawk, like to have your eye on something and to focus
Hmm.
on something. You know what I'm going to say, Nina? I'm going to say something that is like, I don't know, man. You have to, when we go back to that team energy, what are your reasons for wanting to get married?
Yep.
Are your reasons, I'm not saying this is you, Nina, this is not you, but are your reasons, I want to have a fancy wedding, I want to get a big diamond, I want to do this, I want this and this for me? Or is it a team energy? If you are not coming with team energy, how is he going to get to team energy?
Yeah.
So you conceptualize and focus on the team, you'll get clear about the team energy, and then he'll get clear about the team energy. So I'm not saying you're that girl, but I'm saying really you have to look at what your focus on, what your pinpoint is. Actually literally a pin in this card.
Hmm.
Pinpoint, or it's an arrow. Is it a pin? Is it an arrow? It's an
I
arrow.
think it's
But
an
it looks
arrow, but I
it
mean,
looks like a pin.
but the pine has needles, so it's like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
also kind of like, there's so talking about workings, right? It made me think of like those skull,
Yeah.
candles with the
You
pins to
plant,
kind
yeah,
of like
use a pin to
plant the
plant the
idea,
idea
or
in his head.
prick the mind.
Yeah, but I think it's what does a team bring to this? How can I activate, what is why do I want to team up with somebody, and what would the team bring, what can I bring to the team? It's not what the team brings to you, it's what you bring to the team. So what
Yeah.
am I bringing to the team? What can we do together that we couldn't do on our own, right? That's the clarity you need to have, is the team mentality. And when you have the team mentality, then you can communicate to him, hey, when we unite, look at this, we can buy a house together. Does he want kids? We can have kids together. Does he want somebody who's got his back? If he's sick, does he want somebody that's taking care of him? Like, are these things that, like, we work together and the team comes first? So that's key in this whole thing. That's the focus. So the focus needs to shift to the team. When you see the team, then you can communicate the team to him. So great. Thank you so much, Nina. All right, next is Helen, Avabella, and Jessica. All right. Avabella. Helen's next. Helen. One card
So two
reading.
cards.
Oh, great. Two cards. All right. What is the question? Any question from Helen, or just a general? I guess just a general.
I
I'm
don't
not
think
gonna.
they're
Yeah,
gonna
just general said Love Witch. Okay. By the way, um, can I give a shout out to the Love Witch? First of all, you need to get over to the Love Witch's website. There are all
Mm-hmm.
kinds of amazing. Well, first of all, there's an amazing bilingual reader on Love Witch's site, along with reading the Love Witch as well. But there are amazing tools like astrological calculators, numerological. I mean, kinds of things, spell things, all kinds of great tarot readings. So free tarot reading over there. So go to lovewitchnyc.com. All right. All right. So let's see what we got here.
Thoughts for this week. Yeah.
Okay. I love it. I love it. Okay. Remember, I pulled that survival card. This is the Survivor, 9 of Wands. Look at that little butterfly. Oh my gosh. It's got somebody nibbled its wing. Somebody took its leg and it's got a peg leg. It's on crutches. But that butterfly is a survivor. So what I see this card showing up, it's like it can be like you've been through some stuff lately. I mean, it can be kind of tough stuff, but you came out on the other end, and I think that's what you have to focus on. I did come out on the other side of these tough challenges. Oh my God, my cats are running around like crazy maniacs right now. You can't off screen over there. So Nine of Wands is telling you you have what it needs. You have what you need to succeed. You have to believe in yourself. So sometimes these little injuries are not physical injuries. They can be wounds that we had because somebody told us we weren't good enough, or somebody over here had a comment and now we're doubting ourselves. This is a card of belief in yourself. Believe in yourself. Naysayers, whatever. This one who said that, whatever. You are going to be the champion of you. You're a survivor. You've been through it and you've come out on the other side. And you have all the skills necessary. Look at that, those little lights shining off the. Oh my gosh, those are so cute. Little faces in the antenna. Look at a medal on your chest. So there's a benefit to what you've been through. There is a benefit to what you've been through. It's made you tougher. It's made you wiser. You've learned things from your experience, and now it's time to go. I believe in me. I believe in me. I believe I can do it.
I believe I can fly.
I believe the children are our future. All right. Next, you didn't know you're going to get songs with your tarot
Songs,
today.
yeah.
Two of Pentacles. So Two of Pentacles is about, I think of this as like having that little extra something that adds to our life. This is all about the material. It can be, like I'm getting kind of interestingly, I'm getting like a health thing that you went through with that with the 9 of Wands. It feels like that you went through some health challenges, but you're on the other side of it right now. And Two of Pentacles is like that health is going to be you're going to benefit your health by bringing in one more thing. So whether that is like, maybe it's something like exercise, maybe it's like refining your diet and making your diet a little bit better. Maybe it's doing some kind of special stretches or doing some kind of weightlifting or something like that. There may be a little exercise that needs to come in, a little food, maybe it's a supplement of some kind that's going to really enhance health. So this feels like, to me, like health issues are behind you. I don't know why health is coming up, Helen. So if I'm way off base, let me know. But like you've been through it and you survived it. And now we want to even enhance health even more. Two of Pentacles is a great card, a positive card, but it's like we need to bring in something else. Like one more little thing will make it like, ooh, I'm really vital and I'm really feeling it and I'm feeling good. And that's what I'm getting for this week. So maybe you went through something like, recently that wasn't a, dire situation, but like, yeah, I need to like get more vitamin D in my life or whatever it is, I feel like that's coming up. Yeah. What did you get?
And the card that I got is called the Worker, and it says, I enjoy getting in touch with who I am as an individual, and this is the card. And it's interesting because it reminds me of that first card that you got, because if you see, she's standing there and she's like the harvester or whatever, which, it's not the death card because she has a big scythe,
Yeah.
but she is black and white, and then the rest is in color, right? So it's kind of like reminding, or like, you know as far as energy goes, and kind of piggybacking on what Pam was saying, it's like you've worked hard, you had your battle one. Oh, it says, I'll take it. And I am an arm weightlifting has really been on my mind, that entire. Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So it says here, I enjoy I enjoy getting in touch who I am as an individual, and it's the worker, right? So it's like getting everything that needs. So you see the bees here, she's a beekeeper, and then the flowers and the gardens, and she's has that big site for harvesting, and then this is fruit and grapes and all the things. So it's really being able to balance the work that you do with the rest that you give yourself, right? As well, as Pam was saying, and but having that, being able to reap the rewards of what you've worked for, so if you're planning on doing these things now, then you're going to be able to do it. You've what were you saying?
I'm pointing to you because I'm like yesing you without saying
Oh,
it.
sorry.
Going,
I was like
listen
looking,
to
where's my,
him.
I'm like, is my other cat there? Because I wasn't looking at the
No,
back.
I'm like, listen
But
to me saying it, and I'm agreeing with it.
yeah, getting really in touch with the self, right? And if you're being called, as Pam was saying, like, and you're saying to uh add some weightlifting, I want to say, like, maybe start slow,
Yeah, of course.
obviously, with the two of pentacles, right? Because it's about balance, right? It's not about like adding 100 pounds to
Don't
and
start
then
deadlifting
yeah,
Arnold
yeah,
Schwarzenegger.
yeah, and things like that. But it's really working towards what you want to achieve. So
You
that's
know
this
what?
is a good energy. Also, don't overextend yourself when you're doing things, not just in the gym or whatever, but like in general. It's like when you've done enough, it's like, oh, I'm done enough. Like, give yourself a break too. So
I think what comes to mind, you are wanting to do weightlifting. You can get, I would go and look, you're turning 60. This is a real thing. You start losing muscle when you get to be in the 50s and 60s, you start losing muscle. So, you got to eat lots of protein. That's for sure. Whatever protein it works for you. Number two, lifting those weights will be really good for your bones and also give you that strength so that you won't have the weakness of like it's wild when they say don't if use it or lose it. When you hit 60,
you
that
lose
is
this.
the girl, that's real. I was like, when I turned 60, I'm 62 now. When I turned 60, I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot just jump up off the floor anymore. I have to like push myself up to the floor. I'm like, what? When did this happen? I started taking yoga, and now I can just jump up off the floor again. So if you do it now, 2.5, it will be 2.5 pound weights. Perfect. Here's what I would do. I would say look for like 60 plus weightlifting videos on YouTube and lift along with them, like beginning weightlifting with 2.5 pound weights. You can probably find it, a search, and you'll get some training on form, because form is important when you're lifting weights. Even a 2.5 pound weight, if you're not using, if you're like your wrist is going like this and that and the other, that's not good form. You're not working the muscles. So work with a trainer who is knowledgeable and knows how to work with someone who's 60. But get that form right. And if I can see like videos like being helpful, like to keep, I'm going to do my 5-minute weightlifting video every day, right? Or do
Yeah,
whatever.
and
Yeah,
just repetition, like slow weight repetition to
exactly.
create like resistance and then endurance.
And I think your goal is not to bulk up. Bulk up is like lifting lots of heavy weights a few times. I think you want to get strong, but lean, and strong and lean is light weights many times. So that's what I've heard. I'm not a
You're like, that's what I've
certified
heard.
trainer. I'm not a certified trainer, but that's what I've heard. All right. Thank you so much, Helen. We love you so much. Helen's here almost every week. We love seeing her. All right. Avabella.
Maybe it's Ava. Maybe it's Ava Bella.
Ava.
If I could change my request to
Yeah.
just general love reading because I'm a little embarrassed. Oh,
Okay. All right. We didn't. I didn't see it, and we
yeah,
won't
I
look.
didn't see it either.
Okay, we're just gonna do general love reading. First live with you. I'm happy it's on your birthday. How lucky! We're so glad you're
So,
here. Oh my
so what
gosh,
do
let's
we have?
praying.
Is it me,
Oh,
right? Tarot?
you're doing tarot, yes, and it's gonna be 4 cards because she did a little heart Ukraine there. Okay, general love
Oh,
reading.
four
4 cards,
oh,
general love
wait. Is it
reading.
general love reading?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what she
okay.
said.
Yeah,
I want a
sorry.
general love reading. I I want to change it to just a general love reading because I'm a little embarrassed by the details. Okay, no worries.
Are you in I mean, just a question. Maybe she can answer quickly. Are you in a relationship right now, or let me just? Sorry. You know why I ask? Because sometimes people say general, and then they tell me that I'm in a relationship. After I do the reading, they'll ask me
Yeah,
about and I'm like, "But you just told me."
yeah.
So it's more. It's just to be more specific, but if not, that's fine.
Okay,
Okay, so 4 cards, right?
yeah.
Oh, interesting. Oh, yes,
Yes,
but
but
not
not
happy.
happy.
Ooh, well, I was about to tell you that because you have the the Queen of Swords here. Okay, so I'm gonna say this, and I don't want to be like everything that I say this is everything that I say this is it's just a safe space. So there, the good thing is like you got 4 cards. 3 of them are upright. One of them is reverse, right? And you got the Queen of Swords. Then you have the next to it the King of Cups. Then you have the Queen of
Once.
Wands, and then you have the 3 of Wands reverse, right? So there's a couple of things, and I don't know if, and I'm not saying this is the case, but I usually tends to indicate like he's looking outside of you. I see this as you. The Queen of Swords. It's someone who's probably very independent, very direct, but also has been hurt. So there's this feeling of hurt or lingering inside, or maybe you're like fed up with certain things, or you're like, I don't know if this is going anywhere. And then he's looking elsewhere. They're not looking at each other, so there's definitely a communication breach. There's definitely communication that's not happening, or a disconnect between feelings, like thoughts and feelings. This is thoughts, this is feelings, right? I feel like maybe he is a little bit more on the side of like escapism, because water cup cards can also talk about escapism and like going outside and kind of like not thinking or facing problems or responsibilities. I'm going to say that, even though he's a king and he's upright, I want to say in this situation, because she's looking at him and he's looking elsewhere. And then there's this other person here, and I'm not saying there's another person, but I'm saying like maybe he's looking for something else, a different quality, a different, maybe he's not all, his head is not all in the game, right? And I don't want to say this to be negative about it, but more like you're already acknowledged that there's some issues going on in the relationship. So um what is like I guess the thought process should, maybe what I would say is, what are if do I want to continue this relationship? Do I want to continue being in a relationship that I'm not happy? Like, because there's a different things to consider. Are you married? Is this just a boyfriend situation? Is this a long-term relationship? Is this a short-term relationship? Because those are things that you might want to consider going forward, whether you want to put energy into the situation, whether there's a future, because this person's here upright is like looking at the future, looking at like possibilities and things going on, but like it's upside down. So it's like, is there a future to this? Is there something that you want to invest your energy? And I'm not telling you yes or no. I'm saying, if this is something you want to invest your energy in, then what are the steps that you need to take, right? for I don't know if she said something else. Sorry, because I read that, but I this is what I read earlier. So I'm gonna say, um, I think you're very clear in what's going on. Like I think you're very clear. Your mindset is very set, and that things are not going the way they should. Um, and I wish I could tell you like, oh yeah, it's a rough, a bump in the road, and I can answer any questions because this is pretty spot on so far. Okay, yeah, no, I mean, and obviously I don't want to, like, if you feel comfortable with your details, that's fine. But I do want to say, if this feels, the good thing about these cards is it feels like you're very clear on what's going on, and when we are clear about things, we can change the outcome of things, or we can change our approach to things, right? So I want to say, listen to your intuition. Like a lot of people talk about high priestess as intuition. They also talk about queen of cups as intuitions, but queen of swords, like that's, but she's both psychic and intuitive, if you see the little butterflies and angels and things, like the little bird over there, is like this someone who's very in tune with her thoughts, and like sometimes they're clairvoyant and things like that as well. So these are things that I want to say you're very clear in your way of thinking. um my question to you, or like no, you don't have to answer the questions, just really like suggestion is, you have to analyze if this is something that you want to continue,
Yeah.
because that's really your big question. The question behind the question that you just asked is really if this is something that you want to pursue, and what would you do if you want to pursue continuing something that you're not happy in. Sorry, I don't know how to
Another
slow
thing,
down there.
yeah, another thing with the Queen of Swords, she has good boundaries, right? And
Mm-hmm. Yep.
communicates those boundaries. So that sword is like, I know what's on this side of the sword. I know what's on that side of the sword. So now this card is wild. The fertility card shows up. So the question, I think at first you could say, well, there's a question of fertility and all this. Either there's kids involved, or questions of one person want kid, one doesn't want kids, or fertility issue that is showing up. But the bigger picture of this card is this. The bigger message of this card is this. You may have fear right now. If I leave this relationship, I'm going to be alone. And this card is telling you absolutely not. There is a relationship waiting for you. There are numerous possibilities out there. That's what
Mm-hmm.
the rabbit represents. That's what dandelions represent. Oh my gosh, there's dandelions on there. Do you know how
And the
dandelion,
wish.
yeah, the wish comes true. Also, those little things, when you blow them, all those thousands of little seeds go everywhere. So really, this card is to tell you that the possibilities are positive. The possibility, so if it is fear that is holding you back, if it is, I'm going to end up alone, I'm going to get, not find anybody else, no kids, we have a dog together who he threatened to
Mm.
take away, there we go with the, so guess what, if you guys are just a couple, you're not married, you can go to court and get custody of a dog. I've known people that have done that. So he can't take the dog away. Has no right to take the dog away. If it's a dog that you got together, he's got to share custody. Don't let him threaten you. Don't let him threaten you.
Yeah, I think the threatening part itself is already like a red flag of not a good relationship, because like that's emotional blackmail, like
I'm
it's
going to
not.
keep you here, but
Yeah,
because
yeah,
so fear
and
is the issue, which is what I was picking up on. You're afraid I'm going to lose the dog. I'm going to lose my house. I'm going to lose all these things. But the fertility things, the card says, no, you're going to be fine. I would say shared custody of the dog, or if that dog is yours, if that dog came with you and that dog is yours, no, he does not. If you got it together, you get shared custody. If it's his dog, if it's his dog that he came to the relationship with, but it sounds like you say we have a dog together, so you guys adopted the dog together.
yeah,
I would even go, I'm like the advocate, like who's on the adoption papers, you or
yeah,
him? If you're
yeah,
on the adoption papers, that's your dog. If you
yeah.
that adopted the dog or purchased the dog, it's your dog.
Yeah, and one of the things that brings me back to is like having keeping that clear mind when you're doing when you're making any decisions, right? Don't let emotions get in the way of your clarity. And especially as Pam is saying, like if there are paperwork or whatever, that maybe look into that. Maybe see you maybe you haven't thought about the paperwork and you're like, oh, you know what, that's right, he can't take it because it's under my name, or think like do things by my biggest issue is my feelings for someone else, which is the biggest block. We rescued our dog together. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you like if you're in a I said something earlier about real estate, like in our mind and in our sphere, right? Like, and I said real estate is like what's taking up the real estate in your mind, right? Of something. So if you're in a relationship that is not good, but you stay in that relationship, you don't have space to welcome any other relationship because that's taking that space. So you have to empty that. And Pam talked about the rabbit and the dandelion. It's like for wishing, right? Like you get the little, you blow the wish, you get the wishes. But also dandelion is also an herb that's used for detoxifying. So it's like getting rid, detox. You need a big detox in your life, and this is also where my magical thinking comes also. And uh, you know um take some tea, dandelion tea, if you can, like if it doesn't harm you. Like I'm no doctor, right? But like it's very good for detox. and
Generally, it's good for
and
most people unless you have a contraindication. Yeah.
yeah, and
Dandelion tea.
also, yeah, it's very good. And also the name dandelion means lion's tooth, the tooth of a lion. It's like that. Think about the lion, think about the like defending their pride,
Cubs.
right?
Yeah.
Defending their cubs. So all those things is like when you're taking this tea, it's like this is I'm doing to empower myself. This is to be brave as the lion, like so when people see me, they don't think they can take advantage of me or they cannot threaten me, so these are like
Yeah.
spells that you're creating, and I know Parlor Wonders does also that sells dandelion tea. I don't know, are you doing
Yeah.
tea anymore or no? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So
psychic. It's psychic IT is
yeah, which
David's
is also
specialty.
great for psychic development. That's the other thing I was going to say.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. The thing is, I would say, here's the thing. I would go, honestly, I'm going to say this. You're going to think I'm being very extreme, but I'm not being extreme. Go find your local battered woman shelter. Not that you are necessarily being physically abused, but you've got emotional abuse here where somebody's saying, I'm going to take the dog and you're never going to see the dog again. And they have the information. The reason I'm saying go there, they have the information about animal custody and
mhm,
what you can do. So if the issue is your dog and you don't want to lose your dog, you don't have to lose your dog and you need to find out your rights. And so that's why I say go to a women's shelter or call them up and ask them, hey, this is the situation. Someone is keeping me against my will in a relationship by threatening to take our dog. And what are my rights to, in this case?
yeah,
You'll be heard and you'll be given real practical, like that's where I think you get into the real practical nitty gritty. What's the law? Because that's another part of the Queen of Swords, following the law, the rules and the law,
hmm,
right? Somebody can't take a dog and say, well, just because you want out of the relationship, I'm going to keep the dog. No, you don't. We adopted that dog together. We have shared custody. And maybe you need to get a court order for shared custody. I know it sounds like wild to get a custody for a dog, but I know people that have been in divorces and have had to like have that. So that's why you need to talk to the women's shelter, because they're going to have the answers for you that we don't know for your state, what the laws
yeah,
are or what resources are out there for you. Okay.
yeah,
So I know you're going, well, I'm not, or maybe, who knows what the situation is. I'm not being physically abused. It doesn't matter. This is uh, abuse right here.
yeah. It's
No,
also knowing they're gonna know all your options. So knowing your
yeah,
options is really gonna give you more empowerment. I will definitely do that. Yeah, but yeah, the financial and emotional, yeah, for sure. That definitely counts. And
yeah,
also it's always your choice whatever you want to report or not report, right? But as far as like the resources available to you, that's a great place to start to. So nobody can. I feel like King of Cups can also be very manipulative. Like the
Yeah.
energy of emotions, using emotions to many. When you think of someone who's mastered this this element, it's like they can be very in touch with their feelings, but they can also be very manipulative. So you got
Yeah.
to think about those things as well. And go ahead, Pam, sorry.
They look at, and talking to a women's shelter, you'll get clarity, you'll get strategies, you'll feel heard. You won't feel like, well, this is dumb, or this is my, you'll feel heard, and they will help you. They will give you strategies. They will give you a way of viewing this to see it with clarity. So I think that's going to be helpful in this one. Yeah.
Take the
Yeah.
tea. Take the tea.
And take the tea, and then spill the tea with the
The tea. I feel like the tea is gonna help you
yeah.
feel more empowered for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. All right.
I think we have Jessica.
Jessica.
Next and
Thank
last one. I think.
you. Jessica says, "Happy birthday, my dear Madam Pammy. Just sending you much love." That's so sweet. Thank you, Jessica. General reading. All right. And she's going to have a message for Ukraine for sure. Yep. Yeah. Jessica's another regular around here. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Okay, so Jessica has been dealing with some health issues that kind of come and go. She's been going through a rough patch. I know this is not the question, Jessica, but I see so clearly like we're now getting into a phase, a really, really positive phase. First card is the Judgment card. The Judgment card is like release. Right. I mean, when we look at this card in the Rider-Waite, it's the coffins, and they're coming out of the coffins. Right. There we have a little cuter version, which is these little kitty cats going, "Yay, I'm popping out of a lotus. I'm popping out of a lotus." Higher consciousness, definitely that higher consciousness. But there's a feeling of freedom. That's the real essence of the Judgment card, is freedom. Freedom, the thing that has been keeping you bound, or keeping you tied down, or keeping you, in some way contained. And we see this beautiful Judgment energy. So I feel like you're entering a phase now where you're going to be free. It's going to feel free. You're going to feel like, oh, and there's something purely joyful about this. Like, I think, like, to have a body that doesn't feel pain, most people take it for granted. When you have been dealing with pain and issues of your body not cooperating, let's say in the way we would like it to, when you get that moment of freedom from that, it's like so sweet, and you're going to be in such gratitude and appreciation. Not only that, we have Page of Wands energy. Page of Wands, and oh my gosh, so cute and so sweet. Page of Wands, little I think this opens up for you this little spark that was inside of you, this spark of like, I think probably you've been like dealing with health issues. Oh, you're here. Oh, that works better for us. Great. Well, this is freedom to get that new apartment, right? That is that new day dawning of the Judgment. It's like, yay. It's expansive and joyful, and that change. But you know what? Here's the thing with Page of Wands energy. I feel like there's a little spark of something you've been holding, a little flame inside of you, something you're like, oh, when I feel better, I'm going to do this. Or yes, I have this little dream that I've been holding in my heart of moving place. This is like that building of that. I feel like instead of just being conceptual, you actually get to feed that. You get to feed that new beginning. I feel like there's time for you, and you have the energy, and you have the mobility, and the lack of pain to be able to go look at new places. I mean, you can be incapacitated and be like, oh, I'm dreaming about it, but I can't get up and do it. I see you doing it. Now, with this, I would say, take it slow. Don't overexert yourself. Don't go crazy, but just do a little bit at a time. This is a page energy. Just do a little bit at a time. Dip your toe in the sprinkler. Is she cute? Oh my gosh. This looks like you. I feel like just looks like you. Super cute little gal with her lollipop and her heart glasses and the sprinklers. I've never seen you in heart glasses, by the way. I know. But Page of Wands energy is like, yeah, start that thing, start that project, but just start the project. Don't feel like you have to complete the project, but you'll have the energy, you'll have the ability to get that project started. So whatever that little spark in your heart is, if the move is the big spark in your heart, if it's like doing your creative work, if it's like, writing and researching, if it's doing stitching or whatever it is, it's like, ooh, I'll give that. But yeah, just take little bits, little bites, little bites. Just lick that lollipop. Don't 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 chew the lollipop.
Lollipop,
Lick the lollipop.
lollipop. Mm.
Third card. Look at this sun card. Oh
Look
my
at
god.
that.
You and your honey in the sun, enjoying life, living your best life, having balloons. Oh my gosh, so cute. New house, new joy, new happiness. I mean, this is why I say this is a card of health too. So this is why I say health is going to be on the upswing. Things are going to feel better, and you're going to have such deep appreciation for it. Sun card energy. I feel like this is like the light shining on your apartment that you want to get. I'm almost a Valentine's baby born the day after. I love her. It's so cute. And candy too. Maybe candy isn't the best solution for everything, but sun card energy, joyful, happy. So I see you're going into a phase where things feel open, things feel free, things don't feel constricted. I feel like the light of the sun is going to shine the place. And I think just taking those little steps to feed that spark in your heart, to feed that little flame in your heart,
Mhm.
just give it a little bit of energy. But mostly, you know what? Mostly she's just enjoying life. I wouldn't get too project oriented, or I wouldn't get too like gotta achievement oriented. It's more like enjoy the sprinklers this summer. Maybe it's go set up a sprinkler and go run through the sprinkler. But have fun, buy balloons, go have fun. So it's really feeling like the main thing. I can see you have a project, but I'm like the main thing is joy right now, and enjoying your body feeling better, things feeling better. Just enjoy it, and then yeah, feed that little spark in your heart. So
I love that. The card that I got is called the future, and it says, I plan for the future with respect for the unexpected too. And I see, as we were talking about, as Pam was talking about, health getting better, and being able to think about other things and enjoyment, and you were talking about new apartments and like looking for a new apartment. I think like there is an element of like, sorry if you can see here, of connecting to, I, I thought I saw something. Oh yeah, I saw a heart. And you were talking about hearts, and there's a little heart there too, within the clouds. I see there's the element of connecting to the universe in a way of, the future is not set in stone. It's not it's not, some people believe in destiny or things that are fated or things like that, but to me it's more like, we always have a hand. We are co-creators, so it's always making sure, like, if, let's say, if it says, I plan for the future with respect for the unexpected, is yes, I want to get an apartment, and I want to do this, and I want to do that, but also I gotta respect the things I cannot control, I cannot see, right? So it's like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't try to, do things in a rushed way. But I definitely feel that this energy is like allowing, allowing the opportunities that are coming, to fruition, to develop, right? Like that judgment card, that sun card, really, it's like, enjoy basking in,
yeah,
in this energy, and I think that because nobody can see, like, we could kind of like, touch it, as we could touch a cloud, right? The future is like, we don't know for sure, and because we don't know for sure, Pam was saying carpe diem earlier on, and that's literally, seize the moment now, and like do what you can now, without going crazy about what's going to happen in the future, because the future is not guaranteed for anybody. So you just allow, yes, that's such an important message. Okay, thank you.
I
I'm
think,
glad
yeah,
it resonated.
I think that that future card also, there's something very deep in that card, which
Mm-hmm.
to vision your timeline shift that you want to have of the future, right? You're visioning, like, see it as if it's already here. I know one of the things that Jessica has talked about is moving to California. She doesn't live in California right now. So, like, picture, like, picture what your place will look like, what your environment will be like. And do it with a sense of, like, daydreaming. Remember what we were talking about before? I don't know if you were here earlier. I was talking about, like, you have this daydream or this vision of
Mm-hmm.
something where it's like how a child daydreams and visions. A child will go like, I am gonna be a mountain climber when I grow up, right? And they think, oh, I could climb the mountains, and they don't get into limitation. A child never gets into limitation. When you ask a child, what, I want to be a unicorn when I grow up. Okay, you can be a unicorn when you grow up, right? They don't think in that
Even when
limited
they
way.
pretend, they just become the thing at the moment. It's like I'm the doctor, I'm
Yeah,
the fireman. They just
yeah.
become it. They don't really think about, oh, I
Oh,
have to go to school for 10 years to become a doctor. They
exactly.
literally just become a doctor because they're like, I wear the stethoscope or whatever. I was like, I'm gonna be the doctor.
Yeah.
And I think that that's really the attitude for it. And you said something that reminded me of this that I wanted to say. It's like this person's holding a box, which this could be like a little box where you put your wishes or desires or things like that. And then you have the angels or the guides are looking at what you put in the box. So they're there lifting the veil and seeing like, oh, does she need assistance with? Let me help her with that. So it's kind of like having that dedicated space. I mean, you might have a spiritual practice that you do already, but like having a little box of wishes or box of ideas, or kind of like a vision box, but instead of vision board, a vision box.
Yeah. Do you know what the Love Witch and I have? Love Witch got it, and then I copycatted. I copied I copied her. The Love Witch has a teapot that looks like the lamp from Aladdin, the movie Aladdin.
Mm.
You know how obsessed we are with that movie. Um, and Love Witch says, "Oh, I put little slips of paper with my wishes in the teapot. She doesn't use it for tea. I have one too." And just put, like, find a little cute box or a teapot or a little container of some kind. You
Yeah.
probably have something around the house, or if you want to copy us, go get the Aladdin's lamp, Disney Aladdin's teapot, and put your wishes in there. Like, put those wishes in there. It's such a sweet and magical and powerful practice. You know why? I think it's even more powerful than a vision board, because it's not staring us in the face. We put
Yeah.
it in there and we forget about it. At least I do. I put it in there and I forget about it. And then every, like, year or 6 months or a year, I go back through and I'm like, oh, wait, I got that thing. Oh, yeah, here's another one. And the other ones go back in and I put some new ones in. Yeah, so that can be,
Like
I
like a
love that
time
idea.
capsule. Yeah, like a time
Yeah.
capsule.
Yeah. I mean, you know what's crazy? I mean, the first time I did this, I'm going to tell you this little story. I had a box that I used for magic, for manifesting, and I would cut out, this is back before there was barely internet. I would cut out pictures. I would get these paper catalogs of old timey musical instruments, and I wanted to have, oh, I want this one, and I want that one, and I want to learn how to play this. So I'd cut out pictures like little kids cut out or tear out pages or mark the pages on the Sears catalog. This is the instrument I want. I want this. I want one of these. I wanted this. I wanted that. I put them in there. I went in like a year later and had like maybe 8 out of 10 of the instruments I had gotten. I had made it a point. They'd come into my life, whether it was I bought it, I found a really great deal, or whatever it was. But that's why I think these can be so powerful, because you set it and forget it, right? My Vasilisa box, exactly. Put your wishes in your Vasilisa box, because you are Vasilisa the wise, Vasilisa the beautiful, Vasilisa the kind, right? Yeah, you can
And
do it.
not just, yeah, and not just wishes, like intentions too, and like,
Yeah,
like anything that you desire, that's like feels real to you, like that you can think about it and feel, I feel real, like I love that.
I love it too. All right. Well,
Thank
we're
you,
ready.
Jessica.
Thank you so much, Jessica. I'm glad you were able to stick around. I know sometimes you go to sleep and you just watch it the next day. But I'm
Yeah,
glad you were here.
if we stay 10 more minutes, I'm gonna like the spirits are gonna be giving messages through my body because
I know it's super.
you know what the love witch said. The love witch said to me, "I think it's gonna be short because it's Pam's birthday, so it's gonna be maybe shorter."
Well,
Here we are, almost 3 hours later,
oh
but
my
no, that's
gosh. Well,
fine.
when
I'm
you
glad
get
to.
two talkers in a room, this is what happens when you get two talkers together doing readings. So we're gonna spin our wheel. We raised $307. Woo woo! You guys, I'm gonna throw some extra money in there. Thank you so much. What a great birthday present to hang out with you and do this. And what a great present to have this one here. Oh my gosh, I love you so much. This is a great
Thank you for
present.
having me.
Yeah, of course. I'm so glad to have you here. We always have fun and we always laugh. Oh my gosh, when we work together, we laughed so much. We laughed so much. All right, so I'm going to share the wheel. Hold on. Here we go. I'm going to share the wheel. All right, y'all can see it now, right? Everybody who was got a reading today is on the wheel. So we're going to spin that wheel and see who wins a copy of Become an Exceptional Tarot Reader. If you're just learning tarot, this is a great book to get you like going. If you want to like, how do I do a reading for this or that or the other? She addresses that. I mean, this is a really thorough, beautiful book, beautifully illustrated all the way through. It's a
I think
fantastic
it
book.
came out this year, actually,
Yeah.
or
I
maybe
want
at
to
the end of the year.
I want
Yeah.
to say thank you to Llewellyn and thank you. I don't know if it was Llewellyn or Ethany that sent me this, but both of you, I thank you. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So this beautiful book will be,
It's a very good book.
yeah. All right. Let's see who our winner is going to be, and then if you are a person, well, we'll see. If you're a person, we have your address. Some we don't. Tomcat.
Tomcat,
Tomcat. I
congratulations.
don't think we have your address. So what I need for you to do is go to madampamita.com, go into the chat and give us your address so that I can mail it off to you this week. Okay. So go ahead and go to madampamita.com, talk to the Love Witch. It isn't a robot in the chat. It's a real person. Oh my gosh.
Depends on how at what time they reach out to her.
No, if they reach out in the
No, I'm
morning,
just kidding. I'm just kidding because if it's like 9 a.m., she might answer like a robot.
she might answer like a robot for sure. Our Love Witch is a night owl. She's a mysterious Scorpio. Of course, she's going to be up at odd hours.
Oh my God, I'm
sleep
gonna
in.
say this. I'm gonna say this real quick. If someone's in New York, like Love Witch is in New York, by the way, but if someone's in New York, you should go and see this tarot exhibition that's there in the Morgan Library Museum because it's amazing. Like non-paid announcement. It's really amazing. And if you're a tarot buff and like they have Solabusca tarot, they have original Pamela Coleman Smith's paintings. They have Lady Frida Harris Toth Tarot paintings, original ones, like Aleister Crowley's like chicken scratch like drawings, and
Crazy ass chicken sass drawings.
Rachel Pollack's like Shining
Oh.
Woman original for the first time, original drawings from Rachel Pollack's Shining Tribe now, but it's originally Shining Woman tarot. So just saying that everybody should go. And the Visconti, the Visconti tarot. Like
Oh my
seeing all
gosh.
those decks like in person, it's really something wild.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm going to New York and Love Witch and I are going to go. So yeah, you got to go. And don't forget, go to lovewitchnyc.com. Check out all the cool free resources that Love Witch has on there. I've got a free resource, which is go to familiaroracle.com or go to free reading on my site. You'll see free, and then you can go down to free reading. You can get a reading with my Familiar Magic Pocket Oracle. Go check out honoreo.com. Is that honoreo.com? Is your
It's
site?
chrishonoreo.com. Yeah.
chrishonoreo.com.
Or honoreo on Instagram. So
yeah, Honorea. There we go. And yeah, go check out Chris and you can get a book of reading with him. You can have a reading in English or Espanol también.
Espanol. You can get one in German. I don't speak German, but I will try.
Well, I'm kind of obsessed. Wait a minute. You know me, I love my string wired earbuds. The new earbuds from Apple, I've never been interested in those like powered ones. Like y'all you kids have, because I'm like, I want my cheap ones that I can find. If I lose it or the cats chew it up, no big deal. It's $10, right? $15. The new AirPods, whatever, I don't even know what they're called, AirPods. They you hook it up to your phone, and the translation feature, it translates in your ear like the United Nations. So you could have someone speak to you in Japanese and you would understand it. You could have someone speak to you in Ukrainian, you can understand. It's wild.
That
Wild.
is creepy, but yeah. But you know what happened to me when I went to, so everybody can hear this story. When I went to New York, I went to the M&M's, like Times Square M&M's store or whatever, and the guy that was ringing me up, he said something in Spanish because I hear me talking to my dad in Spanish, and he's like, oh, I was like, oh, your Spanish is great, and he's like, I speak Spanish, I speak German, I speak French, I speak Italian, whatever. So when he gave me the change, I said Dankeschön, and then he's like, Sprachen the Deutsch, and I'm like 9.
You know
I'm
what?
like, no, I don't.
Only, only,
I don't
only, only Onareo picks up a guy at the M&M store. That's all I'm saying.
That was so. It was so funny. It was so funny.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. I'm learning German on Duolingo right now. I went through the whole Ukrainian lesson. Now I'm learning German,
I
but
love
it's not
that.
easy. It's not easy.
Well,
Um,
you were a German, so you
I know
should.
I can practice with him. That's why I picked German as my next language, because I got a free tutor here. But you know what he
Yeah,
does? He's like, your pronunciation is terrible. That's what he says to me.
yeah, I can see that happening.
He's like, pronunciation is important. That's not
Yeah,
good pronunciation. He's always on me about it. I'm like, look, I got an cute American accent. What can I say?
yeah.
All right.
You
Oh my
gotta,
God.
you
Honoria, thank you so much for being here. All you guys, thank you so much for being here. Congrats to Tomcat. Reach out to us, even if you watch this later. By the way, you guys, if you're watching, if you get a reading and you can't hang out to the wheel, go watch it the next day and see if you won. And you can always contact us the next day. So, yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Love Witch. Our little secret, our secret Wizard of Oz behind the curtain, helping us so much. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great night. You guys made it the best birthday ever. Hanging out with all of you was so great. Laughing with you, Chris, was the best, of course,
you
always.
gotta watch the picture I send you. You gotta look at the picture I send you on your phone. So
Okay. And then I'm going to text you at 3 a.m. and
yeah.
say,
I love you, and thank
I
you so
love you.
much for
All
inviting
right,
me
you guys.
again.
See you guys
And
next
bye,
week.
everybody.
We'll be back at 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, 9 Eastern. We'll see you then. Drink a cafecito next time.
A
Honoria.
cafecito. Yeah, yes. I need a cafecito.
All right. Love you. Bye, everybody.